We are live.
Woo!
So, six
So I should keep the
adventurers.
clothing on then.
Yeah, probably want to do that.
Fine.
Six adventurers found themselves wandering into the town of Aylesbury. Mercury has been selling jewelry in the market square since he arrived a week ago. Nola and Shrock found themselves at the Icky Flea, a tavern known not only for their ale, but their frequent bar fights. Roland found himself at the Red Knife Tavern in the nicer part of town. Sylvanus, pleased that this isn't an overly religious town, decided to stay at the Red Knife Tavern as well. As each adventurer was going about their daily activities, they were approached by a mysterious cloaked figure who left a note which gave a time and a place to meet with their boss for an apparently high paying job. The time, 5 p.m. The place, the Twisting Cavern. The Twisting Cavern was a well known mine in the Redbrook Woods outside of town, currently out of use, and it's rumored to have been taken by bandits or another group that pays well for adventuring jobs. The Redbrook Woods is pleasant at this time of day. When you leave the town of Aylesbury, around 1 hour from town, the path begins to open up. I'll bring you to here. The
Out of
green.
curiosity,
Yes.
sorry. I've used Roll20 before for other internet-based campaigns, but I don't have my Sylvanas character loaded up into this. Do you have that for
Yeah,
us?
so when we get to combat, I will have what I do is colored circles. And so when
Okay.
we get to that, I'll just have each of you pick a color and then they'll go on the map so that you can see that for yourself.
Neat. Okay.
Awesome. The green of the trees that you've become accustomed to is more of a gradient now, as dead trees marked by fire become visible. The leaves beneath your feet become crunchier. A closer look makes you wonder if it was dried leaves or bones. You come to a clearing that reveals the Twisting Cavern. The cavern was made crudely with rocks and mud and shows sign of wear from the previous mining escorts. However, it looks as though it's been expanded to fit something much bigger. One by one, the adventurers find themselves at the meeting place. You've seen each other passively through town, but have never spoken.
Hmm.
Mercury shows up first, followed by Nola and Roland, then Shrock and Sylvanus. You are alone, and you've never met.
Um, it's quite a hike for a job, wouldn't you say?
I found the stroll through the woods nice.
Until I got to this part of the woods.
I suppose, yes.
It was all right.
Hmm. Are all of us already connected, or can I talk to Shrock on the way up?
You could have talked to Shrock on the way up. You guys kind of left at around the same time in order to be there at 5 p.m., but there was no way of knowing if you were all coming to the same thing.
Okay. So, the woods. Not a fan.
I find
What's
it.
You were saying something about my trees? Sylvanus, Roland? Yeah, your problem? This is my home out here. Do I come into your house and insult it?
No, if you came into my house, I'd require that you bathe.
It's just
my
the outside flavor.
my apologies. These trees are just not the ones I'm accustomed to. It looks as if there was a some kind of happening here.
This is true. They are ugly trees.
I find it hard to believe that this group is here for anything but the same reason. I suppose you all maybe got a letter.
That would be correct.
I did.
Mm. I
Well,
kind of just glance through my mail every once in a while, and it just kind of works out well.
Yeah, I was just trying to steal all that mail off that guy.
Federal crime. I
that-
like it.
Best not to keep the boss waiting then.
In the
know
middle
who
of
the
your
boss is?
conversation, the ground slowly starts to shake. There's a large whoosh, whoosh of giant wings that push dirt and pebbles away as the party is met face to face by a red dragon. The scales look as though they've been polished and kept good care of, but by his massive feet there is some dried blood and dirt. A pff, pff, as the dragon lands echoes through the clearing. He turns to examine the party, which reveals a slash scar across his right eye. He notices the party's weapons. Oh no, there's no need for that. I'm a professional. Please, relax. He starts circling the
yes.
party.
Joe, what kind of character are you, like race-wise?
Half orc.
Okay, when the dragon starts to land, Sylvanas doesn't crouch behind Shrock, but is using his bulk to not be in front of the dragon.
Okay.
I kneel and say, "My king."
He looks at you and he bows in respect. He circles the party slowly, kind of fiddling with his surroundings.
Here, I'll role play with this as the dragon.
Oh, perfect.
So do we know that this is who summoned us, or is this kind of a shock to us?
It's a shock. You were not expecting a dragon.
What kind of dragon is it? Red?
Red. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I say a brief prayer to Tiamat that one of her children does not eat me this day.
Okay. He
That's
said,
my. I've decided that's my god, by the way.
Oh.
The greedy dragons.
Oh, perfect.
I take a swig from a hip flask and try to pretend that this is totally normal, and I've
Okay.
definitely seen a dragon before in my life.
He looks at you intently. He says, I've got a little bit of a problem, and I think you can fix it for me. He looks at you, Sylvanas, and he says, You've heard of Tiamat, the dragon goddess?
I am one of her devout. She powers my spells and grants me riches.
Well, let's just say her and I are well acquainted. She's well
That's
acquainted
hot.
with a few chromatic dragons here. But I've always been the jealous type. There are plans in motion, as I'm sure you know, to release her and help her take over the world. Well, she's going to pick one of her consorts to rule alongside her when that happens, and I need that to be me. There's only one
Yeah.
problem.
You need
Artemis.
your own consort, don't you? I agree. I shall be the consort's consort, my king.
He looks at you and he kind of looks you up and down, and he
Oh, honey.
he
I
just
flex a little.
continues talking.
But you're a barbarian, not a bard.
He kind of just
Same difference.
he sort of
Bard.
looks up and he's like, "Oof, did I pick the wrong people for this job?" Says, "I've only got one problem. Artemis. A pompous green jerk whom Tiamat is quite fond of. He's got all the makings of a nemesis. He's successful, rich, cunning, and is first in line to rule alongside her. And worst, he's impeding my territory. I need you to get rid of him for me. I'd do it myself, but you see, a gentleman never gets his hands dirty. Besides, I'd hate to lose Tiamat's favor by taking out one of her mates. But being killed by an adventuring party, well, that would just be a tragic little accident, wouldn't it?"
Should I roll religion to see if my goddess is going to be pissed off that I've murdered one of her consorts?
You certainly
Or
can.
am plotting to?
Go ahead.
I got an 8 plus whatever my character does.
So you say your prayer, and You wait a second, and you don't feel anything.
I turn to Sylvanus, put my finger on his lips, and say, "Shh. You are simply providing for her a stronger, more ambitious mate."
I recoil from the touch of the barbarian just a tad bit and try
I
my
caress with the back of my hand gently.
I step up and I give kind of a brief bow and I go, it is your wish is our command, but I have to say, the dragon being the mighty creature that it is no easy feat to take down. How do you say we go about this?
Well, I
Careful.
can tell you everything you need to know about Arteris to help you fight him. Ask away.
Weakness would be a great start.
Well, for one thing, he smells terribly. I don't know how Tiamat can stand it. If there's a foul smell, ready yourself, for he's probably near. He breathes a poisonous gas that can blind you, so try your best to shield your eyes to remain protected. He'll attack from all angles. And lastly, do not trust him. He's treacherous and cunning. A real jerk, if you ask me. Last I saw him, he was at Emerald Falls, a few hours north of here. He has some Yuan Ti minions with him.
So we won't need to travel into Avernus in order to kick his ass.
Lucky for you, no. Although he doesn't permanently reside there, he's been at the Emerald Falls for some reason. I reckon it's to take me out at some point. So I just need to strike first. Get rid of him, and you can have his horde. And you'll have my guaranteed protection in the coming war.
I don't think that's a deal that we could refuse.
Can I roll perception to see if I think he's full of it?
That would be insight, and yes.
Insight. Okay. Oops, wrong thing.
Highly.
Okay. What's your modifier?
Oh, you said that would be insight?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I have a 20 overall then.
Awesome. So, you don't know this dragon, but from what you can tell about him, he seems very egotistical. He's
He's a dragon.
arrogant. Yeah, he's arrogant and he's very confident. And so you wouldn't put it past him to kind of fluff up the people that he talks to.
Oh, I just meant if he's gonna actually hold his word about us getting his the entire horde of the green dragon.
From what you can see, when he said it, he wasn't looking at you.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with a red dragon face to face, so I'll just fill my pockets as quietly as I can.
Okay. He says, "Happy hunting." And with that, spreads his wings, and whoosh, whoosh, flies away.
Okay, new mates. Does anyone know where the Emerald Place is?
You would have heard in town that Emerald Falls is north of the Twisting Tavern.
Okay.
All right.
Shruck, you seem familiar with these woods and such. Do you think you could get us to the Emerald Falls? Or perhaps maybe we should go back into town and supply up for a coming battle.
Might be wise to go in. I mean, I'm a traveler. These are not my woods.
Hmm.
I was forced out of my own by refugees of the magical sort.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Well, I personally am in favor of going back into town. This is certainly an interesting challenge, but not one I've faced before. So, I'm not opposed to getting all the intel we can before heading that direction.
Did we get the age of this other dragon we have to slay?
You can assume that with the way he was talking about him, that they are the same age.
So,
Adults, like,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I have nowhere else to be, so
Not to like go out of character with knowledge, but like how knowledgeable is it like commonly that green dragons spit acid or poison or whatever?
Yeah, so they, as the dragon said, he breathes poisonous gas that can blind you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And just like, what did he specify? Any way of proof that he did he want us to bring back something or find a way to notify him?
No, but he may be watching and following, just not firsthand getting his hands dirty.
Very well.
are there consequences if we don't complete the task?
I don't know.
I mean, what else are we gonna kill?
I know. We're fighting a dragon. It seems like the consequences are either we win or we die. Or we reject
Fair.
the job.
That is certainly how it goes sometimes. Does anyone happen to know anyone in town that might get us more prepared for a dragon, or should we just get right into it?
I just want to try to like go through my spells and prepare ahead for, poisonous gases.
As an aside of like what we would know here, what we've been at like taverns and such. Are we aware of any like shop or anything that
I'll say that
would
you,
have
Schropp,
relevant things?
have been to the blacksmith, and his name is Loxley. And that there is a general store, but it's not highly stocked. It just has like simple things, but not very magic items. And that's owned by Winston.
Well, I've only been in town enough to see the general store, food, things like that. Not much else, and the blacksmith, but I have my axe.
I am equipped as I'm ever going to be. I probably guess so. And we're already pretty far outside of town, so how about straight there then?
All right.
Okay. The Redbrook Woods has been a famously peaceful place to hunt and is great gaming territory. Recently, however, as you've picked up from conversation in the taverns you've been to, the game in the forest has not been as fruitful. One dragon in a territory that you've discovered is threatening enough, but two? It's a big territory, but certainly not big enough for two adult dragons. The weather is pleasant, and the forest is full of life, but clearly on edge. The birds and creatures take no notice of you, but they do try to avoid you. Let's see if you travel safely. Oh, good for you. You, get through unharmed with no, ambush of any kind. And after around another hour, the trees part for a creek. A family of squirrels stops to take a drink before scurrying away upon seeing you. And you can see, just looking up north, that the creek widens to a river before going behind a boulder. Does anyone have good survival knowledge?
Oof, did I choose survival knowledge?
That's gonna be a no for me.
I have a +3.
Yeah, same. I have decent wisdom, but Like,
I've got
not
survival.
All right.
I got
Would you go ahead and
I got
make a
proficiency.
survival check for me, please?
All of us or just one of us?
Just Schrock for now.
all right. Probably doing that in. So that's just gonna be roll a d20 and then add stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
I got an 8, and then I think I've got proficiency and a +4.
Okay.
What all that does.
So from looking at the direction that the water is flowing, it's safe to guess that it's flowing south. So the falls or the source of the water would be further north. That's a pretty safe bet. Just from your knowledge of how flows of water works.
Oh, and I should tell people this. The water is coming from the north. It is going to the south, as water always does.
My character might say a sarcastic quip about, yes, that's good on you. Thanks, Schrock.
I roll survival for catching a fish with my bare hand. I rolled a 17, and then that's +4.
You do that. What's that movie where they do that like backhand and then suddenly there's fish? It's a Disney movie. Anyway, oh my god, it's Mulan.
I was just gonna say, I was like, are you talking about
It's
Mulan?
totally Mulan. So you, after the sarcastic quip from Sylvanas, you just go over to the creek and you just, and suddenly there's a fish in your hand. Feel free to give him a kind of arrogant look where you're like, oh, you were saying?
I bite its head off, look him in the eyes, but then smile all of a sudden and offer him the rest of it.
Can I use sacred flames to cook my fish?
Actually, yeah, probably.
This is quite a roller coaster of a hike, wouldn't you say?
It is radiant damage, I'm pretty sure, but I believe it's hot enough that it would do the job. Like, I could say, even though it might not be, like, fire, I'd say it's hot enough to where it could at least cook it a little bit, make it more edible.
It's going to taste divine.
I chime in and I go, here, let me assist, and I just create bonfire on the ground.
Very nice.
As they're doing that, I start on all fours, sniffing the ground and moving slowly northward.
Okay.
That is where were we going north?
Yes.
Aside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be incredible if you went
I realized
south.
I figured out what north was, but I realized I don't remember whether north is what I was trying to do.
I was so sure you were going to go south.
After seeing all of that with the fish and then all fours, Mercury's just like, okay.
You're like, wow, I'm really with this crew. Great.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling as well. I see Mercury and offer. Wait, Mercury he or him or her?
Her.
Offer her a drink from my flask.
Mercury politely declines.
Great. But I feel you.
I will say that your create bonfire is the perfect amount to cook this fish. It was probably just like a regular salmon, so I could see that being pretty good. You're probably pretty well fed for your fight ahead. It's probably been 45 minutes, or I'd say half an hour since you stopped to look at the stream. He looked, you caught the fish, you wanted to cook it. You guys have probably, not that you've needed a short rest, but you probably took a little short rest while Sylvanas and Schrock were enjoying this fish.
Quick question. Would it be survival, nature, or maybe medicine to try to keep out an eye for any medicinal herbs that we might just come across?
So survival is used for finding clean water and finding food. Nature is used for identifying. So
Okay.
I would say that if you wanted to look at plants and know what they are, that would be nature. But if you're actively searching for food or something of that sort, like if you know the herb you're looking for, then I would say that'd be a survival check, because you'd be like, okay, where does that usually grow? Do I know where that is? But if there are plants in front of you and you're trying to figure out what they are, then that would be nature.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And the medicine skill would be the use of putting it like all together to do things.
Yeah, and medicine is usually like your ability to analyze a body and be like, okay, where is the pain
they are
going?
dead.
Where is the pain, or where was the injury, like stuff like that. What was that roll for? Was that
I got a 6 for survival to keep my eye to the ground and be like, yep, that is definitely a daffodil.
well?
And
yeah.
a berry and said, "This is a good berry."
So Shrock got on all fours and started
gardening.
sniffing
No.
the water, and you followed suit. You got on all fours and you were like, I'm gonna check out the herbs here. And have you seen Harry Potter Puppet Pals?
Yes.
You know, the Snape's diary where she's like, I know a thing or two about books, and that's a book.
Yes.
You kind of look at plants and you're like, I know a thing or two about plants. Definitely plants.
That's a
over
rock.
here.
I know the best plants. Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna turn around to Nola and Mercury and be like, "Do you think we could confuse a dragon to death? You think we could get there?
You know,
I'm willing to try it with these two."
I mean, I sure am.
I've had good success with that with drunken bar patrons, but some experience, but it would be a new target for sure.
North then, Shrock?
Yes. North. And I just start off in that direction.
Okay.
Still on all fours.
As long as I can keep up with everyone. And then right when everyone's about out of my view, I get up and walk normal.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a 45-foot walking speed, and I'm striding ahead.
You are speed walking, as one would say. You're just
Yeah.
like, I gotta get some space. As you continue upstream, the creek widens to a river, and the sound of flowing water gets louder and louder. Rounding the corner reveals Emerald Falls. It's gotta take a second to clear.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
As you approach, a strange smell of chlorine hits your nose. How were we traveling? We had Nova in the front, right, because of your walking speed?
Yeah, I mean, making sure I checked in with the druid to make sure we were going the right way, but
So what was our walking order, probably?
Mercury was probably following Nola.
Okay.
I probably would have went to the middle.
Okay.
I was gonna pick middle.
Yeah, I guess I'm shuffling to catch up after pulling my...
Right, you're
all
in
fours
the
stunt.
back because you were on all fours. Perfect. So, you, as you're approaching, I don't know if you guys can see if I do this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. So that's around where you are when you find the Emerald Falls. The roaring water is very loud, so perception checks will be with disadvantage.
I'll try anyways, though.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I got one of them cantrips or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's a spell. I have guidance, I think? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
Cantrip guidance.
And so that gives advantage, right? Or does that
No, it
give
gives
the
a
D4?
It's +4, I think. Or plus
Yeah.
D4.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
use it a ton in my other game.
Awesome. So you still have disadvantage, but you get to add a D4 to what you roll.
I guess like an assist probably would have been more effective.
I also, if it becomes relevant, I can lip read any language I can understand because of my observant feat.
Cool.
I rolled, one of them was a nat 20, the other one is a 5, and there was a 2 on the d4. So it's going to be a 7 on perception.
Okay, the roaring water is just a little too loud. You are kind of distracted by it. It's very pretty. The water is kind of glowing in a weird way. And all you can see is the water, and there doesn't seem to be much of anything else around you.
My first roll was so good, but it was at disadvantage.
Was that a perception as well?
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
So what is your modifier for perception?
I added it in the roll
okay.
20. It's +6.
Oh, okay.
If you do /roll d20 plus whatever, you can.
So same kind of situation. You're distracted by the water. It looks very pretty. Just from what's out in front of you, you don't see anything of note.
Are there any animals around?
There are like the regular. Okay, nice. There are like the regular critters. There's birds in the trees, but they are hiding in like the little holes in the trees. They're not out and about.
So what do I get with my 18?
So with your 18, you are looking around, and when you're looking at the waterfall, you see something behind it. Since you're so far away, you're not really sure what it is, but there's something about the waterfall that seems to be interesting. There's something else about it. I'm going to quickly...
No,
what were we going to say?
I was going to say, before we go and do anything with the waterfall, I can cast speak with animals on myself at will.
Okay.
For no spell slot. Can I talk to some of these animals and be like, yo, what's up with that crazy waterfall?
Absolutely. So the tree closest to you, there is like a hole in the tree, and you can guess that a squirrel probably lives there.
Nice. I go up and knock on the tree with like the classic like that.
Yeah. And a little squirrel like kind of like pokes his head out, and his nose is like, he's like,
hold up like an acorn, and I'm like, yo, we're looking for some big dragon. Is it in that waterfall? That's a weird looking waterfall.
He points to the waterfall, and he's like, dragon cave.
Nice.
And then,
would you like to seek glory with us? I look the squirrel dead in the eye.
He kind of like looks around and just
I say, come, my familiar, and I scoop him.
He kind of like, he doesn't really want to be picked up, but he'll let it happen. And suddenly he looks at you and he says, you want tea?
You want tea? I would love tea. I go back to the whole group.
You beat me by 1 second.
I go back to the group and be like, yo, squirrel says dragons in there. But first, he just said, you want tea at me. Anyone else want any tea?
No, I have my water skin here.
No, I don't tend to let rodents make me tea. No.
I'm gonna have everyone make a perception check for while you're having this conversation.
Still with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Ooh, well, 15.
Nice.
The other one was a nat 20.
Another 7.
So, does proficiency do anything other than it's just like related to how high my modifier is?
It's related to how high your modifier is, and if you're proficient in it, then your modifier is like significantly higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I've got to roll 2 d20s. Okay. My lesser one was, oh shoot, I clicked that 3 times.
It's okay.
Well,
Because you have
my
to
middle-
take the lower number anyway.
I know, but I clicked it 3 times, and I thought I clicked it just roll number 1 and roll number 3, but roll number 2 happens to be a 2.
Okay.
So I
you
definitely
have-
take the 2, I guess. Plus 4 for 6.
So a 15, 6, nice on the 18, and the 6. Okay. So
Really helping everyone.
for Nola and Sylvanus, as Shrock is talking about how his little squirrel friend offered him tea, you kind of see in the trees behind him figures, you see like hands around one of the trees and eyes that don't look human. They're a strange color, but that's all that you see.
I'm gonna like put my finger on Shrock's lips really quick and just be like, no buddy, Yanti. Yanti. And I'm going to point out to the rest of the party the presumably snake creature people in the trees.
Once he points them out, are we able to see them or no?
You can't see them because, once he does that, the hands and the eyes that he was seeing are no longer visible, and it's really quiet.
I think we should take a rain check on the tea break with the woodland creatures.
I think it's time to have our weapons at the ready, gang.
I know. Exactly what you're thinking. Burn it all to the ground.
Yes.
Who's got the bonfire? I do not. I can speak to squirrels. I tell the squirrel in my hand, go, save your people, and toss him up into a tree.
He wasn't ready for you to toss him. He kind of... all of a sudden, you're like, go. He just kind of... like... and he lands on the ground, runs around in a circle for a second, and then climbs up in the tree and disappears. As this is happening, you hear a voice, it's very interesting sounding, and it says, drop your weapons. I'm gonna need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw, for their suggestion spell.
Is that charmed, technically?
Technically, it's just a concentration spell. I believe that, I'm specifying for you.
Just because I have advantage against being charmed?
Yeah, you will have advantage.
And
What
what
kind
is
of
this?
save is this?
Wisdom. A wisdom save.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
It's a 21 overall.
Great.
I'm trying to
19.
look at my traits because I feel like I've got something from being a barbarian about like not being crept up on. Danger sense. Oh
Oh
no,
my goodness.
not a dex saving throw. Unfortunate. So sorry. What was I rolling?
Wisdom save.
All right.
Oh, well,
A 10.
With my advantage, I got 15.
Okay. So, Mercury and, Shrock, you both fail, and your weapons are just automatically dropped to the ground. However, I think the rest of you passed. The Yanti then come out from behind the trees with, spears pointed at you, and they kind of, like, gesture to the weapons of the three of you that passed your check. As this is happening, you hear a strange sound behind you from the waterfall, like the equivalent of when running water is running really fast and then suddenly there's like something hard that goes underneath it, and you hear a deep voice. I knew sooner or later you'd end up here. My spies told me it was so. You seem like a smart group of adventurers. I don't think you'd be stupid enough to impede on a green dragon's lair unless you were hired to do so.
I turn and kneel and say, "My king."
Who
I kind
sent you?
I kind of snicker after it says that, like, I thought you'd be smarter and be like, you have not met us.
Were you met by a red dragon?
I think I'm hesitant to answer. I think I'm just kind of like trying to be like, everybody relax. Everybody calm down.
I think because, Mercury just like dropped her weapons right away, even when Green Dragon's talking. To everyone who didn't, she's gonna like, come on, guys, drop them.
Perfect. He gets closer, and he
Can I
kind
do
of.
something real quick?
Can you say sorry?
I would like to cast resistance on who was just ushering us to drop the weapons?
Mercury.
Okay. I'm going to put my hand on Mercury and cast resistance and just be like, no. So, how badly did you fail your first?
She got a 1.
That
Yeah,
one.
that D4 won't help you. But hey, for the next hour, if you do it again.
Appreciate it.
Oh, sorry, for the next minute. My bad.
It was a nice gesture.
I'm gonna kind of be like, now I'll put my hands up. I'm not holding any weapons or anything, and I'm just gonna go. No, we just came to talk. It seems you're having a negative impact here on the woods, and that is alarming to a number of people.
Are you an elf?
Half elf.
Half elf. He sees your ears and he kind of like licks his teeth a little bit and he's like, elves are my favorite, Ordinarily, I'd kill you where you stand, but I'm trying to be on good behavior. The last thing I need, or Tiamat needs, so to speak, is a reckless partner who kills unnecessarily. If that red dragon did send you, you should never trust a red dragon. They're insanely greedy and deceptive. He'll do anything for power. I'll tell you what. I'll pay you double what he was offering if you kill him instead.
And how do you suggest we do that?
Well, I'll give you a ride. I'll bring my Yonti along. Listen.
So you'd be willing to help us wage full-out war against the other red dragon?
I would hardly call it war. I'd call it, pest control.
Kinetic diplomacy.
Oh, yes.
From seeing the red dragon and now seeing the green dragon, is there any notable tell in which may be more powerful than the other?
The power is different kinds of power, but it is pretty clear that this green dragon that you're talking to has a pretty level head.
I'm like,
And an
yo,
army.
how many Yuan-Ti?
He looks at the group behind you and he says, well, I have spies all around the forest, as you would guess, but I could probably spare 15.
And does he have Yuan-Ti?
Oh, he doesn't have you on T, but I'm pretty sure he has hellhounds, kobolds, the works.
So, I this is a much better deal than before, but I find ourselves in a predicament. One dragon sends us after the other, then the other asks for double, and then the other sends us maybe back for triple, and so on and so forth. perhaps there's something more enticing.
What do you suggest?
Why not help us yourself?
As I was saying.
And I say, how about it, my king? And I bump him with my elbow a little bit and cast Charm Person.
Oh my
From
gosh.
oh no!
I don't think you can do that on that.
Is this allowed? Is this allowed?
I mean, I guess that's up to you.
I'm gonna,
My DM doesn't let me do that.
No, I'm
he
gonna.
looks at you and he kind of, for the benefit of the conversation you were having, ignores what you just said. He's just like,
I lean into being the buffoon that gets ignored.
I kind of continue and I say, as far as I can tell, you seem to be one of the number one contenders for Tiamat's favor, and what better way to solidify that than a display of your power?
he takes what you have to say. Make a persuasion check real quick.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay.
That's 20.
Okay. So he takes what you have to say and he really thinks about it. He says, I suppose a display of power could help solidify my position. You have to believe me. I have done nothing to Aristraz. That's his name, by the way. I see we haven't introduced ourselves. I'm Arteris.
My name is Roland.
Nice to meet you, Roland.
Nola.
Nola. He looks at you, Shrock, and he says, I don't know if I want to know.
I just turn over. Huh?
Your name.
Oh. Shrock. Your faithful servant, my lord. And I go back down to my knee.
Yes, you said that already.
Mercury, throw in a few jewels and you'll have a deal.
Now, jewels I can do. And your name is? Gesturing to Sylvanus.
I am Sylvanus, one of Tiamat's most devout followers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that can work in my favor.
You know, I was just thinking I could spin some kind of story about Tiamat sending me a vision saying blah, 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 consort, blah, 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 power?
I'll tell you what. Aristraz has always been jealous of me. I can't help it if I was better at dragon things than he was. I mean, you have to understand, red dragons can get very jealous. I have done nothing to him to make him want to kill me. You have to believe me.
He did mention that you were impeding on his own territory.
I would hardly say impeding. I mean, I've just been on vacation, one could say. It's not my fault that the falls are quite beautiful and he chose a mine.
Well, I think that going back and fighting a dragon with the backup that you're promising is a much better offer than the other one.
Yeah, I don't have any particular loyalty to any dragons, but dealing with conflict in the way that will, keep the peace among innocent people and creatures of the forest as well as possible.
Of course. I'm all about keeping the peace, unless I'm threatened, of course.
Here's the plan that I'm suggesting. We'll go in there. We'll take your forces with us, like you promised, and we'll soften him up for you. And then perhaps at the end there, maybe you swoop in and finish him off. And then you get all the glory. We perhaps walk away with his horde.
I quite like that idea.
I can pose you one better. I'd kill him if you could just subjugate him.
Because the longer he is alive, the longer he can hire more people to kill me. He's a ticking time bomb, if I'm being honest. Who knows if I'm the only mate he's supposed to kill? I don't know what he's trying to prove. I mean, a display of power, as you suggested, is one thing, but to kill one of her favored mates, it seems like social suicide to me. Besides, he's a novice, in my opinion at least. I don't know why he thinks Tiamat would ever pick him.
I mean, clearly you're the much better dragon. You're hanging out with the crazy snake people. He's hanging out with wolves. What is that? Not hanging out with any dragons? I mean, clearly you're the one we should be hanging out with because you're the only one who would know how to deal with two sick pythons.
He was really invested in the first part of what you were saying, and he doesn't really understand this, and he's like, I think that I'm supposed to agree with what you have said.
Okay.
I imagine two Nuanti just facepalm. They're just like,
Yeah, probably. I think that there's some back chatter for one of you.
looks like it's Noah.
Oh, yeah. Might be people in my living room talking. I'll close the door.
Okay. Yeah, that's much better.
I
Thank
live
you.
with a lot of people.
Thank you. So, he looks at you, Shrock, as I said, and he says, I'm not quite sure what that was, but I admire you. He looks at you, Roland, and he says, I quite like your plan. Now, how to do it? It's kind of hard. If I'm going to be the one transporting you to get there quicker, he may see me. But then again, I mean, adventurers, myself, my Yanti, I think we could easily beat him. However, I must warn you, I do like to use poison gas to blind my enemies. How do you think you could do if you closed your eyes before our fight?
That may impede upon our successfulness.
Yes. I suppose I'll try to keep that as a backup if things aren't going very well. If I do have to use a poison gas, then you'll have to forgive me. It's merely to ensure our success.
I think there was some kind of arcane accords saying that one can't use... Never mind. Anyway, so, let's do this then.
Very well. He kind of, stretches out his wing to offer you to climb on.
Did he come down to us, or do we have to go up to him?
He crawled over the trees as he was talking to you. He's now in closer reach, but you do have to walk across the river, but it's very shallow.
Okay.
Yeah. He's, like, right here now.
Time for a ride then, and I'll hop on.
Okay?
All right, and yeah, I join in.
Gonna say a quick prayer to Tiamat that this doesn't end terribly, and hop on.
Okay. You're muted.
Seeing everyone. Seeing everyone start to head over, Mercury follows suit.
Okay.
I slide in front of Mercury behind Sylvanus and do the girlfriend motorcycle stomach hold.
Perfect. So there is no saddle on a dragon. He will try to fly, carefully so you don't fall off, but for, safety purposes, when he lands, I'll need you guys to make a deck saving throw to see, how well you keep your sitting. The flying time is not very long. There are some Yanti that are in his, claws that are just chilling out down there and, behind you, Mercury. And when you get there, the Twisted Cavern is now surrounded by hellhounds. You kind of land a little, probably 30 feet away, but the sound of the landing... Okay, the sound of the landing is actually not enough to draw immediate attention to yourselves, but if you are not careful, then you will not be able to be stealthy. But there are now... Let me bring out the circles. Da, da, da. There are 4 hellhounds just kind of keeping guard, and the red dragon is nowhere to be seen.
And we've landed...
You've landed about 30 feet out, so it kind of extends past this map. That was my bad, but you're probably in the below right corner.
Okay, so like somewhere around like here?
Yeah. So when he lands, go ahead and make a deck save to see if you fall off his back.
Ow.
Would this just be like a short fall?
It wouldn't be very much. It would just be like, when he lands, do you stay on or do you kind of,
And you said this is Dex?
Mm-hmm.
13.
Okay.
Do you prefer us to roll through Roll20, or can we roll with actual dice?
You can roll with actual dice, that's fine. Seeing what people get can be really entertaining, but...
Yeah, I got an 11. Thank goodness for all that proficiency.
Okay.
Got a 17.
I got a 17 as well.
Okay.
I got 10.
So, 10 is just enough. Shrock, you did so well because you were holding on to Sylvanus so tightly. When you landed, he kind of was a little wonky, but you were like, I got you.
I was in the girlfriend seat. Okay, cool.
Yes. And you're able to get out safely. He, Arturus, the green dragon, kind of lets the Yuan-Ti off and backs up and beckons to go forward.
Do you want us to just go on and start the fight, or do we want to cause a diversion?
I'm up for anything. I mean, this wasn't in my afternoon plans, but I'm always ready to squash a bug if I have to.
I have a fun idea.
Oh, yeah?
I could use thaumaturgy to make my voice boom up to 3 times as normal for a minute, and I speak infernal, so I could try using my infernal giant yell to command the dogs.
Might guidance do anything here or no? No.
Yeah, that would be,
That's like saving or
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Perhaps you should send a few of your Nuanti over to the other side, and you can distract them long enough for us to get the jump on them.
He nods and he beckons, and 3 Yuan-Ti, yeah, they're stealthy. They manage to... What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say, can I assist by doing speak with animals and just like yelling at squirrels like, flee in terror?
You certainly can.
Do we want to try to... do we want to try to set up an ambush with the Yuan-Ti? Like if I can lure them closer to us from the cave mouth and have the Yuan-Ti riddle them with arrows or something?
What do you guys think?
I just kind of looking confused, put down a squirrel and pull out a javelin.
I'm perfectly okay with getting a few shots off on these hellhounds before they notice where we're at. So a simple distraction is okay with me, but um, I'm up for whatever the group is for.
Yeah.
Sure.
While everyone is discussing what's going on, Mercury's busy putting on her chainmail.
Okay. So the Yontis successfully stealth kind of across this little clearing there. They time it to where the dogs, they're kind of going back and forth, and so they go unnoticed. Actually, I only made one stealth check, but there are 4 Yonti going. Yeah.
Okay, I have my idea in mind.
Okay.
I'm going to use my thaumaturgy to make my voice really, really loud, and I'm going to use persuasion and infernal. Just yell out, "Here, puppy, puppy," and see if I can attract the dogs.
And where are you going to be?
We'll say like right here, in between like these trees.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your persuasion.
Okay. I'm proficient in it, so hopefully that will be good. I got a 10.
So you your voice booms. You say "Here, puppy, puppy" in infernal, and they like their ears do that like but that's not how their boss talks to them usually. They go towards the sound, but they don't go without being on alert. They start.
I have begging strips.
Oh god.
While Sylvanas is doing that big old calling for all of them, Mercury is gonna go over to Archerish. Sorry, I can't talk today.
No, it's fine.
To the Green Dragon, and then in Draconic, like, kind of like side over, like, once we kill the Red Dragon, take out the other party members, and you only have to give me part of your part of the horde from the Red Dragon.
Okay, dick move, but I love where you're going with that.
So, I'm gonna have the rest of the party make perception checks to see if you heard her whisper to the Green Dragon. You didn't hear none of you speak Draconic except for her, but did you hear her whisper to the Green Dragon?
Nope.
I didn't know anybody else spoke it.
No, they don't, but whispering in a different language is pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
I'm 14.
Okay.
Well, I didn't notice.
16.
You're distracted by yelling, so I'm not gonna roll.
Okay. Oh yeah, and you definitely wouldn't have heard. So Roland and Trock, you don't understand what she said, but you do see that she whispered something to the Green Dragon, and he smiled at her.
And who was it that did that? Sorry.
Mercury.
Now I'm gonna
forming a plan back there, are we?
Oh, just light banter.
I rolled again for insight to understand what I saw and got 3.
I mean, for all you know, they could be making plans for Taco Tuesday. They could be plotting an assassination. It's really hard to tell.
I go over, pat her on the back, like, yeah, we're gonna fuck this guy up.
Mercury goes in for a fist bump.
Great.
I would like to go up to Mercury.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell a story really quick if I have the chance.
The
and
hounds are, they were
Oh,
probably
they're-
like 15 feet away. They're getting closer, and I don't know if Sylvanus had a plan once
Yeah.
there were 4 hounds.
So I'm gonna turn
It's
real
already
quick if I can. So they're like 15 feet or less away from us.
Yeah.
So I turn to him after he yelled, and I go, "Who let the dogs out? Was it you?" And I go into a rage.
Okay. I'm gonna have you guys pick what colors you want to be. I have pink, green, purple, blue, red, and yellow.
I'll be blue.
Okay.
purple,
And-
please.
Okay.
I'll do
I'll do
yellow.
red. I'll do red.
Okay. Red. And then
I'll take whatever.
okay. I will have okay. You be green and then actually do you mind being pink so the green dragon can be green?
Let's do it.
And Mike, what color were you again?
Blue.
Blue. So you are over here. Roland, you were going towards Mercury. Shrock, you just did the fist bump. And Nola, I think you were just kind of passively watching this and probably just thinking about how much you're gonna drink if you get out of this.
Yeah, I mean, trying to hide so that I could get maybe a dart shot in or something.
Okay, you could do that. So the hounds are getting closer to you, Sylvanus.
Oh, by the way, after I shouted that, I just rolled a 14 for acrobatics to scurry up the tree that I'm near.
Okay, the trees aren't very tall,
Oh,
but you climb up there, but it's probably not far enough away to be perfectly safe from the hounds.
I was like, "Yo, I know those squirrels are chill, but you can drink tea after this."
Do I have a moment to get a true strike in on one of the hounds?
I'll say that any second now, and they are going to get to Sylvanus, and they're gonna just bite at him. So if you do, then you will start initiative for sure.
I got a 22 for stealth to try to hide better amongst the trees.
Okay, so the dogs kind of go right past you. They are focused on sniffing the ground like around you, but you are surrounded by the hounds as they are kind of like sniffing around the tree, and they're like, what is going on? This person just yelled, hey puppies, in Infernal, what is going on? But they
I was promised begging strips, thank you.
you really were. And so you are now in a tree that's not very tall. They don't know you're there, but you are surrounded by 4 hellhounds.
Oh, I have one more fun idea that I want to do before combat initiates. Can I do it?
Would you be able to do it from a tree?
Yes, yes I can.
Okay.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy yet again to create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range. So I am going to make the sound of somebody whistling right over here.
Oof.
Dick move.
Wow.
You do that, and the dogs are now made aware of everyone in this vicinity, and roll for initiative. There
even
is
believe
now no surprise round, because they are all aware of your presence.
Whoopsies.
That was a real fun idea. That was just a
Yeah.
super fun idea.
I had fun doing it, so it was a fun idea.
For initiative, I got 11.
Okay,
I
I'm
got
gonna-
12.
Just a second, I'm going to do it the Matt Mercer method, if you know what that means.
No, I keep getting told that I'm supposed to watch Critical Role, and I haven't.
I love it.
I I was gonna start watching it, and then I saw that like the first episode was like 3 hours long, and I was like, I don't have the
Right.
attention span.
If
The
you
video
watch,
part gets me.
you can watch it in like 45-minute intervals, and also I watch it like passively as I do other stuff like embroider and stuff. Highly recommended. Okay.
On YouTube?
Yes. On Geek and Sundry, or just Critical Role, depending on what campaign you're watching.
Okay.
20 to 25. Okay. 15 to 20.
16.
Okay.
When I roll for initiative, what if anything do I add to the 20?
You should have on your
Oh,
D&D
I see
Beyond...
it. The thing that says initiative. Yeah. That would do it. I'm at 17. Am I supposed to say my...
Yes.
supposed to
So,
say
Roland, you had 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then 10 to 15?
I had 12.
12?
I had 11.
11. Okay.
I also have 11.
Okay. Okay, well, it is the Hellhounds first, and they have a speed of 50 feet. They manage to get to the party, or the rest of the party, I should say. Only 2 of them get close enough to attack, and so one is going to attack Roland, and then one is going to attack Nola with its bite. That's rough, man.
Are
Roland.
these little squares 5 feet?
They're 5 feet.
Okay.
That was cocked, sorry.
Nola's the monk, right?
Yes. Okay, so...
Nola, which color are you?
Red.
The hound misses Roland. Nola does an 18 hit.
Yes.
Okay. So you take a 7 damage from the bite and 3 fire damage. So that's 10 damage.
Bad.
And next is Shruck.
So I went into a rage before the initiative started. I get 2 attacks.
Mhm.
I'm going to throw 2 javelins
Okay.
at the things around Nola.
Okay.
Right.
So, like, these 2, probably?
Let's do it.
Okay.
They all need to die eventually.
Very true.
And so what do I roll for range? I guess everything's always a 20 and then you add different stuff.
Yeah.
So I said I did 2 things. So, an 8 and a 5.
That, unfortunately, does not hit. Neither of those. Oh, you were rolling 2 at the same time. Yeah, no, neither of those hit. So your javelins kind of whoosh past them. It probably hits the tree that Sylvanus is climbing on, kind of shakes it a little bit, but neither of those hit. Roland.
Oh,
Right
and a
on.
bonus action.
Oh, sorry, yes.
I yell something again about like, why did you let the dogs out? And then I turn into a dire wolf.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Because we had to solve the
Okay.
mystery of who let them out.
I am going to.
Where's this?
I'm gonna.
Waiting.
I'm gonna cast Thunderstep.
Okay.
And get myself put some distance between me and this thing. So, and as everything within 10 feet of me, I think I'm just out of range of everyone else. But so it's just the dog.
Looks like it.
And it needs to make a.
Is that strength?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. What did it need to get?
My save DC is 15.
Yeah, it did not pass.
Cool. So it's going to take 4d10 thunder damage,
Okay.
which is wow. Okay. All right. It's a whopping 8 damage. Wow.
Oh.
But I teleport over to probably 50. I'm only gonna go 50 feet away, closer to the direction of Sylvain or Sylvanas.
So like let's see, 5, 10, 15, like over here probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, over there.
Okay. Next is the Yuan Ti. I realized I do not have I don't know if I have a different color circle for them.
It is here.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Let's see.
It's always rather alarming when you look down and it's like, oh, that blood wasn't there a minute ago.
Oh no.
Oof, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have these that I made for Tritons a while ago are going to be the Yanti. So there were the 4 that went across, and there are the others that were back here. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So,
Oh, who's the purple dot?
that's Roland. He teleported.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, the Yanti that are across the way are going to run over to the commotion. They can move 40 feet, so that is 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40.
See, I was hoping they were gonna attack when like I had the dogs running over.
Yeah, they weren't close enough to have opportunity attack, unfortunately. And so they are moving over here. 3 of them don't get close enough to make an attack, but one of them does, and he's going to attack this one. That is with its scimitar. And it does not hit. This one is going to move over here. Try again. And it does not hit either. Next is Nola.
Cool. I actually have a question about, because I've never played a monk before. When it says I get 2 attacks, do those have to be 2 attacks per action? Do those both have to be on the same target, or can I use them on 2 separate targets?
No, they usually can be on 2 separate.
All right, then which one hit me?
It was the one right in front of you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get that one with. I'm gonna do it with my short sword, which is a monk weapon. And so I get 2 attacks.
What sort of monk are you?
I'm a drunken master monk. Way of the drunken master.
With the flask, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah. I was a tavern bouncer in my previous life.
I thought you just liked to party.
I mean, I do, but I like to make sure people party safely. Wait, what is it? It's +7 to hit. 7. So
You hit.
Great, and then 9 damage, and then second attack. So much typing. Second attack.
You hit as well.
All right. 6.
Great.
It's still up?
Yes.
Well, then I can take a bonus action to do an unarmed strike, which is the same hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to continue and punch this dog in the face.
Sarah McLaughlin's going to be very mad at you.
I know. That hits
You
as
hit
well.
again.
And the same damage die. So let's. Oh, nope. And for 10 damage.
Okay, that is enough. You, this
Punch this dog in the face.
you punch this dog about 3 times. You do 1, 2, uppercut, and it passes out.
I break a dog's skull.
How do you want to do this? How would you like to have punched a dog pretty much to death?
Yeah, I would like to like break its jaw and like punch its skull in because it bit me, and
Great.
I'm not pleased with that.
Yes, Kenzie, tell us how you would beat a dog to death.
Well, Mercury, it is your turn.
All right. Where am I? Right here. So I would like to go over to where Nola is,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 2 of them in front, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take a swing at one of them with my greatsword.
Okay.
Does 19 hit?
It does.
Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna do 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then for my second attack, I'm gonna try that again.
On the same one or the
Yes,
other one? Okay.
Same one. And then I got 18.
Yes, that hits.
And that's gonna be 7
Awesome.
slashing damage.
Okay. And Sylvanus, you are in a tree.
I sure am. I'm going to cast Sacred Fire on this doggo right here.
Okay.
So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
And what does it have to get?
I believe 14, if this thing is accurate.
Then it failed.
Cool. So it gets 2d8 radiant damage.
Okay.
Wow. 13 radiant damage.
Great.
I don't know if radiant does more to infernal and abyssal things or not.
It does more to undead, but they are not undead.
Darn.
So, it is Arteris's turn in initiative, and he is going to kind of fly up to get cover until Aristraz returns. And that brings us back to the Hellhounds. So, the one that you just attacked, Mercury, is going to try to bite back at you. Does a 16 hit?
That's just my AC.
Okay. So that is 7 piercing damage plus 10 fire damage. That's 17 damage. And this Hellhound is going to attack this Yonti right here. It's going to hit. It's 8. Dealing a hefty bit of damage to this Yonti. And this Hellhound is going to move and attack Nola again.
Rude.
And is going to miss.
Great.
And that's the Hellhounds. So, Shrock, it is your turn again.
All right. Is movement's an action?
You can move and attack.
Okay, sweet. So I'm gonna move up to the homies. Do I move me or you move me?
I can move you. So the homies being Nola and Mercury.
Yeah, with the dogs to kill by him.
Okay.
And with them, with since I'm a wolf, I get pack tactics, so I get advantage since my allies are within 5 feet of the creature I'm attacking. And I'm gonna do two. Well, let's do the one attack and then find out what happens. But so a bite attack, which is +5 to hit, and let me make my roll. Ooh, 6 + 5.
Unfortunately,
That's how the +5 would be. No. Oh, how about a nat 20?
A critical hit, yes. And
wow.
you will double your damage die. So instead of rolling damage and timesing that by 2, you'll get to roll the damage die twice.
Okay. So, being the wolf, I get 2d6 + 3, so 4d6?
Yes.
Oh, 2 1s in there. Rough.
Great.
But that's the 12, and then is that +3 or +6?
+3, I think. So that'd be
+3, but then +2 because I'm in a rage.
Then how do you want to do this as a wolf? How do you want to land the
Rip
killing
the throat
blow?
out.
Yeah. So
Boy, and that didn't even get to the extra damage I get when I crit as a half orc. Oh.
There are more to come.
Wow.
Don't worry. Do you have a bonus action?
I don't think so. I think my bonus actions are the things I did to turn into this warmongering state.
Great. Roland, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna take 2 Eldritch Blast shots at this one over here.
Okay.
That is a 15 and a 10 to hit.
A 15 hits.
15 hits. That's a 10 force damage.
Okay.
And that'll be it for me this turn.
Okay. As you are finishing your turn, a blast of fire comes from over here. As you look over, the Yanti that were over here are just out, and the red dragon is back, and he does not look very happy. I'm gonna make the dragons bigger.
He's so pissed he's black. Shit.
I know. We just already have a red marker.
Oh,
on
I
the
can switch
table.
colors.
I don't have an extra color. I thought I had an extra color, but it's okay. He'll just be the big black circle, and then the green dragon is the big green circle, but he's kind of MIA right now. He went up and flew away, but that rain of fire just took out the Yanti over here, and he is now on the scene. It is the Yanti's turn. This Yanti is going to try to attack this hellhound, and is going to miss. And same with this one over here, and is going to miss as well. And these are going to try to move over towards the dragon. Nola, it is your turn.
Alright. Let's see. Probably. Do I go punch another dog in the face before I deal with this dragon situation? Probably.
Here, we can simulate this. We'll give it play-by-play.
Oh no, no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'll go and like kind of keep taking care of what's around me since I don't really have anything ranged.
Okay.
And attack the one that's in front of Mercury. So I'll move 5 feet.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna unarmed. Oh, that's a crit.
Very nice. So double your damage.
Okay, roll 2d6 plus 4. Is that what it is? 11. Is he still up?
Yes.
All right. Another hit. Nope, that probably doesn't hit.
That does
But
not
I
hit. So you get a good landing blow on this dog, and you go in for another one, but it manages to evade you.
I still get one with my bonus action.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Just 1d6. That's 4. All right.
All right. Would you like to describe how you took out another hellhound?
I bet it's fighting back, so I like to think that I grabbed its jaws and ripped them open with my bare
geez.
hands.
Wow.
King Kong style?
Yeah.
No.
If you're letting me.
Okay. Mercury, it is your turn.
Okay. um,
You kind of take a second because you're traumatized after seeing Nola break open the jaws of the hellhound.
I think like immediately after that, once the hellhound is like gone, Mercury definitely like claps her on the shoulder and go, "That was pretty cool." And then actually for this one, I'm not going to attack anything. I'm going to turn to the red dragon and go, "Hey, what's up?"
Okay.
That's it.
Then he will not respond until his turn and initiative next, but would you like to hold your initiative and attack later, or is that just you just want to do that?
I don't want to hold anything.
Okay. Sylvanus.
I am gonna scurry down out of my tree, which is probably pretty flammable. I'm guessing it's one of the flammable varieties of tree.
I would guess that trees are pretty flammable in general, so that's a pretty fair guess.
Okay.
I turn and look at him with my nature knowledge, nodding. Big thumbs up, but like a crooked thumbs up, just like.
Because you're old.
Yeah, the pad, just like.
I'll roll insight to see if I understand that now. I'm gonna throw some more divine fire at this thing.
Okay. Will that affect the Yanti that are around it?
No.
Okay. And what save was that again?
14.
Okay. He passes. Does he take half damage then, or?
I think Sacred Flame's one of the crappy ones where it doesn't take anything. Nah, it doesn't take damage.
Okay.
I would also like to move if possible.
Yes, absolutely.
I would like to move to a over here type spot.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Great. And I really have to pee. Could we take a little bit of a break, you think?
Yeah, that's great. My food delivery got here.
Oh, great. So,
yeah,
what do you think? 15 minutes?
I mean, I don't need 15 minutes. I was just going to bring it in. But...
Okay. Then how about 10 minutes? So, that'll be 8:50 PST for me, which, yeah, we'll do that. All right, we'll be right back. So we
I
are
thought it-
back. So, that brings us to the one hellhound that's left from what we can see, and he's going to bite at the Yanti next to him. And he's going to miss. So that brings us to Shrock once again.
So, I'm gonna mess up that hellhound.
Okay.
It's by my. Well, I gotta roll. Let me do that. So it's 11, and I think +5.
Then you hit. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And then 2d6 +3. So
Awesome.
11, but it's +5. So 16 damage.
And you are a wolf, or...
Yes, so I can like knock it prone, right?
Well, I mean, you didn't need to. That was what you needed to do to kill it. So would you like to describe how, as in your wolf form, you defeated this hellhound?
Oh boy. What is the most Shrock way to do this? Can I like... Nah, we're just gonna take it serious. We're gonna rip out another throat.
Okay, yeah. Classy, classic,
I mean, who needs throats these days?
right? I mean, I certainly don't. But, so you successfully, we'll say you knock it prone first with your wolf paws, and you just grab that throat and you just rip it out. The Yanti around you are kind of like, okay, kind of just back it up a little bit.
I again try to give a paw thumbs up.
And they don't understand, and they're just kind of like, I'm in danger. That brings us to Roland.
So the only thing left is this big dragon now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I get 2 attacks. Can I move between them and then attack the next thing?
I mean, so, from what you can see, the hellhounds are gone and the red dragon has just arrived. So, if you can move enough and you are ballsy enough to bite the dragon, you have the choice to do that.
Let's go that direction at least.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So how much can
I don't know,
you
unless
move?
like, are we waiting? Are we like not gonna attack it?
What's your speed?
Um,
As a wolf, I mean.
50 feet.
Oh, great. Yeah, no, you make it. You're there. You're gonna go for the
And
ankles or
then-
something.
Yeah, one moment. So there's not a Yuan-Ti within 5 feet of it.
No, of it, no.
Okay, so I don't get advantage on the roll, but let's just go for it. 23 to hit.
You do hit.
All right.
Oh my god.
And then 15 damage.
Okay.
All
Wow.
right.
Okay. Oh, you're in trouble. All right. So you successfully, let's say you like bite his ankle, and you really bite down. There's a little bit of blood. He kind of like lifts his foot and shakes you off, and as if he wasn't angry before, now he's angry.
Oh boy.
You done did it.
Can Shrock talk normal while he's in wolf form?
Probably
No.
not. No.
Damn it. That'd be hilarious.
He can understand us, assuming it works.
Exactly, because otherwise
Yeah.
I could just give the really, great flavor comment of just like, did I do that?
We'll just say that the party has known you throughout the day to know that there would be some sort of comment.
In 5 hours, they know. They
Yeah.
understand.
You seem to have a comment for every situation. They're like, oh, I just gotta know he's thinking something. Roland, it is your turn. Your friend just attacked the dragon as a wolf and bit its ankle. What will you do?
I would like to take some of my movement to get behind a tree to kind of give me a little bit of cover
Okay.
and to kind of hide a little bit, and then I'm gonna take just two long shots with my Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh,
Um, I need to. I'm gonna because I can't make this up. I don't know if you could see that. It is a nat 20 and a 19.
Wow.
Could you see it?
I do see it.
I don't want to feel like anyone's
Nice.
BSing anybody.
All right.
So I add 8 to both of those, but
Yeah, and you double your damage on the 20.
I forgot how to do math.
I sometimes use the calculator in my phone when I forget
Yeah.
how to math. There is nothing wrong with needing a
This
calculator.
is a TI-84 situation only.
That's 31 force damage.
Wow.
Whoa.
And I'm gonna kind of just be behind my tree now.
Good idea. You shoot this dragon, it kind of, one goes into his shoulder, one goes into his rib. It's like, choom, choom, and he, like, roars out. Oh, man, I'm getting ballsy up here. It's the Yonti's turn. They are going to try to use their, short bows to attack the red dragon. That's, D6 piercing. Okay. That is a miss. Another miss. Another miss. Oh my god.
there's so much surface area. How are they all missing so
I
badly?
don't know. They all miss. We'll say that the Eldritch Blast made the dragon kind of thrash around a little bit, and it was really hard to aim on him. It is now his turn. Do I want to do that?
Probably not.
You know,
Not a good
I think you just want to chill, right?
No.
You're so right.
Never a good sign when the DM is asking themselves that.
I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Everybody,
hate that.
I'm so far away.
Is this a fireball?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I have evasion. So if I fail my dex save, I take half damage, and if I pass it, I take no damage.
Good for you. Awesome. So, Sylvanus, you are 55 feet away, and 26 is, I saw 26, and, it's a range of 60 feet.
Quick
So
question.
I think I passed, so I take no damage.
Okay.
I didn't
Do I get
realize-
any cover from that tree?
I'll let you add a d4, but also the
That's
tree
fair.
will also catch on fire, so you'll want to
Yeah.
get out of the way of that too.
Question. I
Yes.
had wanted to take the Shield Master feat, but it wasn't on there and I didn't enter it.
Okay.
Is it too late for me to do that?
You could so that helps your armor class, right? Or that helps, what does that help you?
That basically, well, one of the functions in it gives me like the monk's evasion thing where if I were to like do a successful check, I take no damage rather than half damage.
Okay, have you been using anything from the other feat that you selected on your character sheet?
You know, I didn't pick a different feat, but I think I did take the attribute points. Alright, so I will just roll to try not to die.
Okay.
It's a 21 for me.
Nice.
And I got a 14.
Okay.
It's just straight up reflex?
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, dex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reflex. So, well, that's an old edition player.
I managed to get a 7 with advantage.
Very good. I'm gonna have to pull out the calculator for this one, folks.
Ooh, got an 18.
Nice. All right.
If you use the it's a new rule Unearthed Arcana, if you use a calculator, you have to half the damage again.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for educating me.
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
Oh,
Not everyone
cool.
knows.
They are actually bringing back the Pale Master, so some of it's getting brought back.
This is gonna mess us up. This is not gonna be good.
It's a shame that the hellhounds are gone because I have some like really great imagery for it as my dog sits here and begs for food.
Oh.
Which is like very interesting, the different behavior of this guy is so focused on it and the other one could not care.
So, Joe, you take 47 damage. Fire damage.
I got resistance.
Good. Then you take, we'll round down 23. I can math. That's 23 fire damage. And unfortunately, 14 was not high enough on the save there, Mercury. That is 47 fire damage, unless you are resistant. And then 23 for the rest of you.
I am not, and if I was at full health anyway, that was my max, so I am down.
No. Oh, I did see that.
You said 23 damage?
Yes. And he looks at you, Joe, in your wolf form, and
Oh.
yeah, he kind of is just like, I was gonna imitate the Grinch there, like, owie! Like,
Oh. If he's on his ankle, didn't he get hit by the fireball too?
he did.
Or am I reading into it?
No, he did, but although as a wolf, how does that work?
How's that work?
Because
The
you were
damage
in
carries
wolf
over.
form, so are you resistant to fire damage when you're in wolf form?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a aspect of my rage being the bear totem.
Okay. So, and you took 23 as the wolf and you're still in wolf form?
Still in wolf form.
Awesome. Okay.
For the moment.
Okay. So that brings us to Nola.
All right.
Mercury is currently down.
I cannot do anything about that, really. I don't think. I am not the healer in this party. Okay. All right.
Oh,
What?
that I forgot that. I need to make the dex saves for the Yanti. They're pretty dexterous, though.
Oh.
They're probably. Sorry. You can go ahead and still work out what you're gonna do. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I didn't fully have a plan. I feel like going up and punching a dragon isn't like the best idea,
I mean,
but it also is
No,
the option.
it's a good idea.
Can you
It's a
turn
good
into
idea.
a wolf? It's good if you're a
cannot.
wolf.
I cannot.
yeah. If you can bite ankles, then
But if you hit it and you stay next to it, I get advantage attacking it. As long as I'm still a wolf. We'll see if that lasts.
All right. Well, I can get up there. I have 45 feet of movement. All right. Whatever. If everyone else I'm with dies, I'm certainly gonna die. So I might as well make sure this dumbass wolf doesn't get killed.
so you're gonna
So
go up to the dragon.
yeah, I have 45 feet of movement. I think I can get there.
I think you can as well.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna do 2 unarmed. Can I reach it? Is it on the ground or is it flying?
It's on the ground. It just did the fire breath because its ankle got bit, so it is currently on the ground. But your unarmed strike would have to be aimed kind of lower on the body.
Whatever. It does count as magical if that matters for dragons.
Okay. Aims at the bite.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna punch him right in the bite wound.
Ouch.
16?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, I get to. Nope. All right, well, I'm gonna use my bonus action to ready a dodge.
Okay, I just think that the vision of a monk running up to punch a dragon is just so entertaining. And the fact that neither of them hit is even more entertaining. It's like you ran up and the dragon was probably like, "Oh crap, like is this girl going to punch me right now?" And you went like, "Gah, gah." And you know what? You probably like hit, but the scales were probably just like a little bit too hard for just your hands.
Yeah.
And so I just picture the dragon just like looking at you, and it's kind of similar to when someone holds out their arm and has like their hand on your forehead. You're just like, yeah, and it's just like not happening. I just think that's a very entertaining thought. Thank you for that.
Only
Good,
mean to the drunken master.
That's your next TikTok. You could use the audio where the guy's like, "Man, this guy's gonna rock my shit."
Oh yeah. Oh my god, perfect. Mercury. Let's go. Sending good vibes.
Yeah, I need them.
I would like to say that this is karma for plotting against us at the beginning of the fight.
I know. I don't know if you guys will. Whoopsie. Hold on. Can you guys see that?
Is that a 20?
It is.
Okay, so
Nice.
very good.
Save me some time.
The
Yeah.
best actually.
Yes. Perfect.
This is a first for me, so
Oh, happy first nat one. They say you never forget your first.
So that will be your turn. You are at 1 hit point. So you're not unconscious anymore, but you're also probably you shouldn't go up and try punch the dragon. I would advise. So Sylvanus, it is your turn.
I'm gonna cast Death Ward on myself.
Oh, use.
So for the next 8 hours, if my hit points were to drop to 0 or lower, it drops to 1 instead.
Nice. All right. Do you have a bonus action or anything you'd like to do?
I would like to hide and see how this. I'm guessing like this tree I was previously
Yeah.
behind is probably pretty well roasted.
Yeah. I would say all of the trees in this vicinity up until like the range was 60 feet, so I would say all of those got torched and like it was like a cone. So yeah,
Really awesome one
probably
over my head.
yeah, probably pretty torched, but he did
that's
just
great.
get punched by a monk, so he's pretty distracted. So it could
Alright.
probably offer temporary cover, I would say.
Alright, I'm gonna go hide by this tree.
Okay.
So, is my stealth. So, ooh, I got a nat 20 to hide behind that tree.
Okay, so it may be torched, but you have a Mariah Carey moment, and you are skinny enough to just hide behind that tree, and you are unseen.
Pretty well scorched too, so it doesn't really take a whole lot of blending.
Yeah, so like, you know, you didn't have to try like too hard. You're doing good. It is now Arteris's turn, and he's kind of been observing, but after watching that fireball, he's like, I guess I kind of have to get involved, don't I? And he comes in with a bite on Aristraz here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and he hits. I should hope so. I mean, one dragon to another. That does... Oh, nice. Okay. That does... Oh, well, that's sad. I rolled max damage on the bite, and then a 1 and a 2 on the additional poison damage. Aw, it's okay. So he deals 10 damage for the initial bite, and then an additional 3 of poison. And that's going to be his turn, which brings us, the Hellhounds are no longer in the picture, so Shrock, you know, you just bit his ankle last turn, and then he responded, with fire. So it is now your turn. You are...
You're currently muted, dude.
You're muted.
It's all right. Probably saved you guys anyways. So we got allies by me. Means it's a 16 plus 5, 21 to hit.
Yes.
And then let's roll the 2d6. So 8, and I think that's plus 5.
And you
So
you were
13.
biting him again?
Yeah, biting.
Let's say you aimed for the same spot, and so just doing some extra... Oh my god.
He's
I'm
probably
so-
just like
his
latched
leg.
on there. He's just like
Move
on
his
there.
leg.
Yeah, let's say, like, after you just kind of latched on there.
Wait. Is a dragon a creature?
Kind of.
I'm pretty sure it's, like, noted as a monster.
There's a difference between creature and monster?
Yeah, here. I don't want to give false information. Let's see. Yeah, a dragon is noted as... Oh, wait, that was not D&D. D&D, dragon. Monster versus... creature. I love spelling. Yes, a dragon is noted as a monster. But... I mean... It's a type of creature... and it's a monster. So
let's put
Yeah, a
this one
creature
shot
is
aside.
just like everything, right?
yeah,
Debate the validity of
like,
creatures versus
couldn't-
monsters.
Yeah, couldn't anything be a creature really? And then it's like, is the creature
I'm down
a
with that
beast?
interpretation.
Well, what does it affect? What were you asking for?
I can knock it prone.
Okay. It's
The imagery is fantastic.
the imagery is great of a wolf latching onto a dragon's. You know what? We're gonna run with it. So we're gonna
DC
say.
13 strength saving throw.
So okay, if he fails, I am going to laugh so hard. Okay, he passes, but in the event that he did fail, I was going to imagine that it was one of those things where he, like, lifts his foot to try to shake you off and then, like, accidentally falls backwards. But
Summon banana peel.
That's a much more realistic interpretation. I was seeing like alligator latch and death roll.
I mean, that is totally awesome as well. Unfortunately, he did pass, but part of me wishes he didn't, just for the imagery of that. But we'll say that you bite and you try to knock him prone, and you kind of just, like, go into the pudge of his belly, and he just, like, really ballsy wolf. He's just like, what is happening? Roland.
Oh, I have another attack. 19 to hit.
Yes. And what are
Oh,
you...
man.
Is this... So you're currently biting. Is this a claw? What is this?
No, I can bite again. I'm
You're
in a
just
rage
gonna-
as a barbarian,
you're just gonna
so
bite
I could
again?
double attack. So I'm gonna bite again.
Okay. Oh my god.
Right back.
Did a 19 hit?
It did, actually, yeah.
All right, and then 2d6. Wow, the threes. 3
Oh, no.
plus 5, so it's 8 damage.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. And are you staying latched on after that bite?
Oh wait. First of all, does is it overkill to ask for another strength check on knocking it prone, or is that like a
It is
one time
not.
that sailed?
I'll do it. Oh, he has +8. All right. Wait, what did he need to get?
I think 12.
Yeah, no, he got 12. Damn. Yeah, he's a strong boy.
He's got to get a 3 or lower. All right,
So,
I'll take that.
that is back to Roland.
I would like to try and take my movement away from the dragons to a tree that's not singed, but while kind of trying to still be able to have like a line to Eldritch Blast them.
Okay, so the trees out to 60 feet were singed, so you could potentially move like over here and then but what's the range on your blast?
120.
Yeah, you should still be able to get him if you're by the trees over here that were not touched by the blast. But
Cool.
I may give you disadvantage just because you'll have to... Although the trees are scorched. Never mind. If these trees were alive and full of leaves, then that would be obscured view. But since they are scorched, it's probably much easier to see. So, yeah, if you move here, then you should still be able to reach him.
Right on. Yeah, I just want to. I'll move wherever I have to still be able to get those shots off.
For sure.
Without like extra trouble. But
Yeah.
And then once I move there, I'm going to take 2 shots at him.
Okay.
One of those is a 26 to hit. The other is a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit. 26 does. Is the 26 a critical?
No, it's
Okay.
not. This is going to be 8 force damage.
Okay.
And that'll be me.
Great. So it is the Yonti's turn. They are going to try to attack with their short bows again. Okay. And it still doesn't, no. And they all miss again, so the dragon's got this wolf just latched onto his ankle pretty much, and he's kind of thrashing it around. It makes it hard again to hit with the arrows. The Yonti are kind of like, ugh, this friggin' wolf, man. And it is his turn. He is going to... What is he gonna do?
Give up.
Right. No, he is going to use his claw on you, Shrock, as a wolf. He's gonna, like, try to claw you off of him. Let's see, does a 20 hit? You're muted again.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. That's not a critical, so you're probably okay on that front, but that is...
I mean, I feel like we're getting out of wolf form.
That is 18 slashing damage.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That takes me out of wolf form. And did someone say the damage carries over into my normal HP?
It does, yeah.
All right.
So you are no longer attached to the ankle. He probably slashed you kind of like to the side of him.
Oh, wait. Slashing damage.
You're
Well-
Oh no, that's not a type. I don't get resistance to that, do I?
It is a type.
So I get resistance, so that's half. So I'm still a wolf.
Okay, you're still a wolf, but you're no longer attached to him.
Sure.
And Nola,
Yeah.
you gonna try to punch him again?
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if the dragon got a second attack.
I was just he's so focused on this wolf, he wants to get him off, you know?
Well then.
I kind of don't want to abandon this wolf, but also I'm less keen on the idea of just sitting here and punching a dragon.
But what a story.
I know. Yeah. God. You know what? No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna try to punch him again?
Yeah, but let's see if I can do better. Nope, I can't.
Oh,
I get 2 though. Nope. Okay, I'm giving up on this and using my bonus action to disengage and
Okay.
use the majority of my movement. Who's in blue?
That is Sylvanus.
But
But he's hiding, and he did a pretty
Okay.
good job of it, so realistically, you could be like, hey, that looks like a great tree to hide behind, and then run over and be like, oh crap, I didn't even know that you were there.
yeah. No, I'm gonna head towards Leonti and Mercury.
Okay.
And rejoin that.
Like
sort of-
around here.
Yeah, as far as I can go, so 45 feet.
Okay, and
away.
you were here, so you can go here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, here.
Yeah.
Okay. Mercury.
Sweet. I think because I jumped back up for 1 health. I think when Mercury does that, she's gonna be like, So talking's out. And then I will cure wounds myself, 2nd level. And then when I do that, is there anywhere for a bonus action? Is there anywhere to like hide? I know the trees around me are all thinned.
So, if you can see where Roland is, those trees, like all the way over here, were not hit by the blast. So, depending on your movement, it would be, if you run 30 feet, then on your next turn you can hide, and you'll be heading towards those trees.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, so you can reach here, and on your next turn you'll be able to hide.
Cool.
So, Sylvanus, you are currently hidden.
Question.
Yes.
When the Red Dragon Man did his fire majigger, was that a fireball spell, or did he just breathe fire?
He breathed fire.
Okay, so casting silence in his area would not prevent him from doing more of those things.
That is a smart inference that I will neither confirm nor deny.
Okay. Could cast Spiritual Weapon and still attack him from 60 feet away. Or I could also continue hiding because so far it seems as though that's working out pretty great for me. I feel like I should rejoin you people at some point, but like I'm also evil and really just in it for me, so I'm just gonna keep hiding.
Okay. Do you want to, like, hold your initiative, or are you just gonna hide?
I think I'm just gonna continue to hide over here and see how this dragon fight pans out.
Okay.
Because, like, there's a monster mash going on, like, maybe I can curry favor with whoever wins.
Alright, sounds good. So, it is now the green dragon's turn, and he is going to, he's going to try to multi-attack on, Aristraz here. So, he's gonna first try biting. And he hits, and then he's gonna try a claw. Misses with the claw, but hits with the bite. So that is 3, 13 piercing damage with the bite, and 6 acid damage, which, if I can math correctly, is 19 damage. I can math. Look at me go.
Math is overrated.
Correct. I agree. And that will be his turn. Bringing it back to Shrock. So you are still in wolf form, but you're in very dangerous range of the two dragons fighting. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, so let me see what everyone else is up to. The dragons are fighting one another.
They are, and I think I won't have you do it, but if you were not a wolf, I might have you make a dexterity saving throw to make sure you don't get, like, crushed by them fighting each other. They fight rough with each other, for sure.
But there's no one else to attack.
That you can see.
That's so
Ooh,
sketchy. That's so
I've
sketchy.
got wolf magic. Hold on.
Wolf magic.
Wolf magic. Yep. I pull out 3 cups and a pebble, and or I guess it's sleight of hand, not magic. I got crazy perception. Well, like pretty good perception. And I have advantage on trying to hear or smell things with perception checks.
Okay.
So let's perception this up. Oh, I did not mean to roll 2. We'll take the first one of that, which was a 9. Ooh.
But you get advantage.
Oh, I
don't
do
you?
get advantage, and I hit 2. That's how that works. So the 13, and then I think it's like a +3 for the wolf.
Okay.
For
So,
perception.
we'll say that as you kind of stop and listen, you hear like a light commotion from the cavern. But it's not loud enough to where it's an immediate threat, but there's something there.
I just bolt for that.
You're gonna go towards the cavern?
Yeah.
Since the two dragons are occupied with each other, ordinarily they'd have opportunity attack, but they're kind of fighting. What's your speed?
50.
50? So you get, here.
Well, if I...
Are you gonna dash?
I guess I don't see why not. Like...
Okay. So,
Or should I do that and then look around? Is that what...
So just using your movement would get you here. Can you dash as a wolf? I think you can, right?
I would assume so, but I guess I don't know. Because doesn't dash just like take up also your action?
Yeah, it would take your movement and your action.
Are there any other things I can do with the action for like preparing or...
Well, what you can do is you can hold your action, which basically means that,
whenever something interesting...
when something
time to use it
interesting
would be,
appears, but you wouldn't be able to use your movement again because you've already moved. It would need to be in range of you, but, you could do that, and then if something gets in range, then you can use the rest of your action to attack it.
Sure.
Okay.
If it gets back to my turn again, do I do then just get without anything happening? Do it to a regular turn?
Yeah, then that'd be a regular turn. Which brings us to Roland. You are currently hidden, but there are two dragons now.
I probably don't really pay too much attention to the wolf that just ran away. So I think I'm just gonna have to take two more shots at this dragon.
And you're gonna aim for the red one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
I might give you disadvantage on that because they're kind of like thrashing with each other. Or yeah, we'll go with that. Just roll 2d20s and then we'll see if you hit the red dragon or if you hit the green one.
Okay.
That's what we'll
Okay. So there's the first one's a 13. The second one's a 5.
Okay. So
With +8 on each of those.
okay.
Sorry.
So the
Or 7. I'm
13
sorry.
that'll still hit. So the 13 hits the red dragon, and the other one fails hitting the red dragon, but the green dragon rolled a 4 on a dexterity saving throw, so that will hit the green dragon.
Okay. So for the red dragon, he takes 10 force damage,
Okay.
and then the green dragon takes 8 force damage.
Okay.
My bad.
Just yells it out, just like, sorry!
And I didn't get the chance to throw this in there but I'm still a little suspicious of Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna say something to her while I'm kind of getting these shots off.
Okay.
And I imagine it's kind of like in the heat of battle, and I'm like, I used to work with this orc fellow a while back. We used to do odd jobs around the town for money, and one day I was ambushed. Turns out all these town people weren't too happy I was taking all the good contracts. My friend turned on me and set me up. I truly wish I would have had the chance to hear why he did it, but unfortunately I didn't let him live long enough to say. Let a few of those thugs go, though, to tell the story. I sure hope none of them are planning to do the same thing to me. But like very obviously like looking
Like,
at her.
you know that something's up, like...
Yeah.
Okay, so Mercury, you can respond on your turn. It is the Yanti's turn. They're gonna try to hit with their... God, these poor Yantis, they're really trying hard with their crossbow, but they're gonna have disadvantage because... Okay, alright, that's fine.
It's like the Meet the Robinson. I got a big head
Yeah.
and little arms.
Yeah, I got a big head and little arms. Perfect. Okay. Okay. And then, that's not great. Okay. So, 2 of them do hit the red dragon, and 1 of them misses and accidentally hits the green one. So that is 4 and 7, so 11. And then 8. So that's 11 damage to the red boy. And 8 damage to the green boy. Bringing it to the red dragon. So he is going to, let's see. Each feed must succeed on the attack, so I take 15 plus me damage to not pro. Okay, that's pretty good.
I just realized I'm sorry, everyone. The last 2 times I think I attacked the dragon, I forgot to try to knock it prone. So
It's okay. We forgive you.
that hurt all of us. I'm sorry.
Forgive me, though.
He is going to use his multi-attack as well, which is a bite. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yes. My printer didn't print this with a whole lot of ink, so at first I saw like +4 to hit, and I was like, really? There's a 1. That's, yeah, okay. So that hits with the bite. Oh, and so do the claw. So the red dragon does... That is... I can math. Okay. 20 damage plus 10 fire damage. Whew! So, it does 30 damage with its bite to this green dragon, and then 17 damage with its claws. Whew. So, that's it kind of is one of those, like, when, two animals are kind of fighting each other and they're both, like, knocking each other prone, if you know what I mean by that. This, Aristraz is, in the lead right now with this damage that he just did. Nola, it is your turn.
Alright. So, I don't think I'm going to keep punching this dragon because it seems like these dragons are taking care of themselves. But I did see the wolf run off, and I don't know. My passive perception is 21, so I don't know if I can hear things going on in the cave.
So even if you don't hear it, your perception is your passive perception is high enough to notice the wolf run and like kind of infer that there's something going on.
So I'm not gonna like dash after him necessarily, but I think I'm just gonna use my 45 feet of movement to sort of get in that direction and hang out over there, and then ready in action if anything comes out of the cave.
Okay, so you can go about right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess I'll just ready an unarmed attack just in case anything gets close enough to me.
Great. Mercury, it is your turn, and Roland has just told you that story.
Okay. So I'm gonna look for a tree to just, shield myself behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then in response, I'm gonna be, Mercury's gonna say, okay, I don't understand how this pertains to me at this point in time. I'm just not. You don't hear this. I don't understand how this pertains to me at this point in time. I'm just trying not to die. And is there any tree?
Yeah.
That I can.
The tree next to Roland was also not scorched, so there's probably like 5 feet between you two, so you're probably kind of like doing one of those dodge, yell at each other, like, you know how that is when you're in combat.
Exactly what I had in mind.
Perfect. So that was your movement, and if you have a ranged attack of any kind, you could potentially try that as well.
I don't, but I will lay hands on myself.
Okay.
Or 10.
So, Sylvanas, it is your turn now.
Cool. I'm gonna run up here next to my barbarian friend.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast... how you doing health-wise?
How am I doing health-wise?
Yeah.
Wolf me could use like a little health. I think, let's see what I'm at. I'm at 5 HP as a wolf, but I have all my barbarian health.
That's how that works?
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that
It's
crazy?
just like temporary health on top.
Oh, dude, that's OP. How much longer do you want to stay as a wolf?
Like, why not? It seems to be going well.
Oh my god. You're just like, hey, do you want to not be a wolf anymore? Because I can, like, finish that off for you if you're, like, into that sort of thing.
I can also just, like, choose not to be. We don't need to.
That motion when you talk about finishing... Anyway, so I am going to cast... let's see here. I'm out of 4th levels. I will cast Cure Wounds as a 2nd level spell. So you'll get back 2d8 plus 3. What is your health cap as a wolf?
My health cap as a wolf is 37. So I can go up 32 from where I'm at.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll do Cure Wounds at a 2nd level.
All right, you roll or I roll?
I believe I roll because then
Do it.
I also get extra healing from my life domain. How much
You get healed for healing me?
Yes, and I heal
That's
you.
some greedy nonsense.
I heal you harder than.
I heal you harder.
I heal you harder.
Okay, so it's gonna be.
Thank God this isn't touch hands.
See, the thing is, like, I put my hand like on top of your dog head, and I'm like, "Here you go, lassie," and I just kind of like scratch you behind the ears and give you some health back. So let's see here.
Your animal handling.
I give
is
you
better than mine.
paw thumbs up.
8 plus 3. So, just from the cure wounds, you get back 15 health, and then an additional. Hey, Hannah, since I used it as a second level, my Disciple of Life thing says 2 plus the spell's level. Does he get back 4 or 3 then?
So if it was a second level, then I think that would mean 4.
Okay, so all in all, you got back 19 health.
Okay.
And I
I'll accept it.
get back 4 health. Hooray for me.
So, when you guys first met together, it was 5 p.m. By the time you got to the Green Dragon's lair, it was probably around 7. It's now nightfall, so it is dark. And the kobold minions are like, time to come out, because I don't have disadvantage on attack rolls in the dark. Although they wouldn't say that. That's just me. But as you guys are waiting, 6 kobolds exit the tavern. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, they're-
Say that again?
so they exited the tavern.
The
There's a
cavern. The cavern.
So they're all drunk. We're finding
Yes.
some drunk
That's
kobolds.
the disadvantage.
So they will have disadvantage because they're drunk. It was happy
This is
hour.
my time to shine.
It was happy hour in the dragon's lair. You know how it is.
It's the Cavern Tavern.
Yeah.
Kobolds love shots.
You're so
Cheers,
right.
I'll drink to that.
But that is their action. They just moved out of the cavern. So, Shrock, it is your turn.
Sick 'em, lassie.
Let's do some hurting.
Great.
That's a great catchphrase.
So-
I want that on a t-shirt.
Let's do some hurting. Yeah, so I'm gonna walk up. Let's prance right on up, show dog style, and bite one
Great.
in the face.
Oh, specifically in the face. Well,
Ooh,
what
nat
size-
one.
oh, that's rough.
Do we have inspiration?
What inspiration from me prancing?
No, did we possibly start off the adventure with an inspiration point?
Is
What?
that a thing?
I
Yeah.
don't think so, for me. But, I was going to say, before you rolled a nat 1, as a direwolf, are you large or huge?
I want to say large.
Okay. Either way, kobolds are small, so you could realistically bite them in the face. Like, that could easily be done. But unfortunately...
Not if you roll a nat one.
Not if you roll a nat 1, however. So,
Oh,
you kind of go for
changes
it.
things.
We'll say that you sort of did
Can I
one
just
of those...
push them instead?
You,
Just shove them.
You give them
You-
a good nuzzle.
You lick them.
Yeah, you, like, went for it.
I taste them. That's what I do. I do no damage. I'm savoring.
You, like, did one of those things where the dogs, like, pretend to bite your arm, but they don't actually put their teeth down, and so you just left a lot of wolf slobber on one of their arms.
Yeah, just give them a old felt cute, might delete later.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have a bonus action?
Oh, I attacked twice. Sick.
Yeah.
Boom. 8 plus 5.
Yeah, actually, you're
Well.
good. So, the kobold, the first time, put your mouth around, and like you were just kind of gumming it a little bit, and they were like, "Aw, how these are much cuter than the hellhounds." And then, while it's not really on guard, you clamp down really hard, and they're like, "Oh fuck!" Roll for damage.
Just tasted too good.
Yeah, salty.
All right, we've got 15.
Would you like to describe how you killed this small, tiny kobold with one bite?
How big's its head and can it fit in my mouth?
So it is a small creature. It's about the size of a goblin. So I would say, I don't know if the whole head can fit in your mouth, but you could fit like the front part and like.
I'm gonna try and like maybe I only like get its jaw and pull that off.
Okay.
But, like, play with
What
a
is
little,
the
got a
theme
bone,
tonight?
get a little distracted.
This is like a crunch the head, punch the dragon, bite the ankles. I love it.
Scrappy.
I think this is what you get when you have the like 0 intelligence modifier.
Yeah,
Negative one
that's
charisma.
me too.
I would like you, Shrock, to make an intimidation roll since you just killed these kobolds in one.
And I think I get advantage or something on that. Let
I
me
believe
see.
you do have proficiency in intimidation.
Yeah, is it just proficiency? I was gonna say like I've got obnoxious something or other. Proficiency. Huh. Well, whatever it is. Let's just what would I roll for that?
That is a d20.
Oh yeah, it's always a d20. 6. And then proficiency, add to that. What would that be with my strength?
So it should be on your skill list.
Oh, it's totally gonna. Yep. Intimidation. Okay, I have a +2 to intimidation.
Okay.
But I am proficient.
So,
So 8.
you try to, like, bare your teeth and, like, growl at these kobolds, and instead it just looks like one of those
Rawr.
puppy smiles. Like, you try to go, like, "Arr," and instead it's just like, they're kind of like, "Aw, this is kind of cute. Just killed my friend, but he's kind of cute." So they do not run away.
Who liked Dave anyway, to be honest?
For sure. Roland, it is your turn. I think you just measured. You're about 80 feet away, but Mercury did just respond to you in the turn before, and she was like, "I don't know what that has to do with me."
Basically, cool story, bro.
Just thought I'd share that in case you were worrying about anybody else, and I put the emphasis on anybody else again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, am I able to see the kobolds from here?
Yeah, there's nothing obstructing your view. You probably can't tell they're kobolds, but you can tell there is something, like a few figures at the front of the cavern. And, do you have dark vision?
I have so much more than dark vision. I see perfectly
that's you.
in darkness.
All right, yeah. So, you can not only see the figures, you can see your wolf friend as well, and you watched the awkward smile incident.
Can I see that there's new weaker opponents, and I see an opportunity, and I would like to move somewhere that I can get a clear line of sight so that I can Eldritch Blast one of them.
Okay, these trees were not hit by the blast whatsoever, and you have crazy range on that, right?
It's 120.
Yeah, you're good. So if you went behind this tree even, which I think you can reach in one movement, that would be, that's 45. Well,
I have 30.
if you went behind this tree, then you would still be in range. So you could go behind this tree in one movement. Unless you wanted to dash this turn and double your movement and attack on your next. You could do that too.
Right on. I think I'm just going to get just move to that one tree so that I get that clear line of sight
Okay.
and take 2 shots this turn.
Okay.
Both at the same kobold.
Okay. This one on the, I don't know if you can see, this one on the end here.
Yeah, if I get the direct line.
You should
I'm just
be
trying to
able to,
avoid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll take 2 shots at that guy.
Okay.
So one of them is a 18 to hit, and the other one's a 10 to hit.
You miss with the 10, hit with the 18.
14 force damage.
Okay. Would you like to describe where your Eldritch Blast hit to take out this kobold?
I imagine it's I just want to headshot him.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of a snipe. And then I get what do you call it? I get hit points back, 10 hit points when I reduce something to 0.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Yes, it is.
What kind of warlock are you?
A fiend patron warlock.
Hero
So
fiend.
right now I get anytime I really reduce a hostile creature to 0, I get 11 temp hit points. They don't stack, so like I can't keep doing it and doing it. But...
Yeah. So it is the Yonti's turn, and they can move 30 feet. They're kind of seeing what you guys are doing, and they're like, yeah, I don't really want to get between these two dragons. So they're going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I think they're still out of range for their short bows. Yeah. So they're going to move, and that will be their action. And it brings us to the red dragon, Aristraz. So he is going to use frightful presence, and I'm gonna need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
God, what is up with me? My rolls.
That wasn't good. I did a bad job.
I am unimpressed.
Don't worry, I'm doing worse. I got
23 from Roland.
Okay, nice.
I got 20, not nat.
Okay, so everyone else, you the ones that rolled above 20, you guys are fine, but Shrock and Nola, you both are now frightened. The dragon kind of roared and like blew fire into the air, and you kind of remember the pain of that fire blast previously, and so you are now frightened, and you'll want to get as far away from the dragon as possible. And that is his action. It brings us to Nola.
All right. Well, I am going to use my action to become unfrightened through my monk stillness of mind.
Okay.
I don't. That doesn't like cost anything, or anything. So that's my action, I guess.
Okay.
So what's the deal with the? Is it like pitch black dark? Because I do not have dark vision.
It's like twilight, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then
there were things that were on fire still. There are probably still embers from the fire blast. So yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I know what I can see.
Yes.
I'm only human. Yeah, I guess I'll still like head up to the kobold.
Okay.
I think I can.
You can probably reach him, actually.
But then I can't attack, so.
Yeah, so you can get, you could totally reach him.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go, like, if I hold down and click, do you see? No, I can't. Maybe. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, like, go over there.
Okay. And you could use a key point to attack, I think.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Can I use that if I haven't? Can I use the?
Yeah, because you used your action to become unfrightened and then your movement, but you do have a bonus action, and I believe for the monk, a key point is a bonus action, using one.
Yeah, I'm not, because, like, I can do the attack as a bonus action if I already attack on my turn.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, so either Flurry of Blows or just my bonus action attack. I think I have to take
Have
an attack
attacked.
action. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then we'll just leave you over there, and that brings us to Mercury. It is your turn.
All right. So I see that everybody is like all the way up there. I will go over to that tree that's
Okay.
30 feet away. And then I will cure wounds myself one more time.
Okay. Sylvanus.
I am gonna run up here next to my buddy who just turned one of the kobolds into Elbow.
Good.
I'm gonna try to do a sword attack on that guy in front of me.
Okay.
Try. That's some fierce confidence.
14 plus nothing.
Actually, 14 does hit. They have a pretty low armor class.
Cool beans. And somehow I hit harder for being a magic cleric man, which doesn't really make a lot of sense in the life domain, but I'll take it. Forget how much extra damage I do.
Does it list it on your sheet?
I think so. Yeah. No, that's spiritual weapon. Damn it, I know that. I know that I do something extra. I know that I do.
On your sheet for actions, it should list all of the divinity stuff that you have. If not, do you remember what the extra damage is for?
I do not, but like just having clerical power. Anyway, I'll look that up in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I get him for 2 damage because I'm a man. I will be right back.
Okay. You kind of get him in the arm and then pull your sword out. That brings us to the kobolds. So this one is going to go to Nola. These two are going to go to our wolf friend. And then this one is going to attack Sylvanus, but I'll wait until he's back. So this first one... Oh, perfect. This first one is going to try to hit you, Nola, with a dagger. Okay. That is... And, no, 13 does not hit, right?
No.
Yeah, no. And then one is going to try to attack you with a dagger, Sylvanus. Ooh,
What?
that's not great. Oh, but they do have pack tactics, so they get advantage. Oh, that's much better. 20.
Nope,
Yeah.
that misses. I don't know how.
Oh yeah. No, they got a nat 1, and then if they didn't have pack tactics, that would have nat 1, but then they rolled significantly better the second time. Not to worry, though. It's just 6 damage. Not too bad. And then 2 are going to try to attack you, Shrock, as your wolfy boy. That is... Okay. Does 18 hit? Shrock.
18 hit. Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's the first one, and then the second one does 16 hit.
Yep.
Okay, so the first one you take 5 damage, and this is piercing, not slashing.
Still resistant.
Okay. Have you been counting how many rounds it's been? Because you get 10 rounds is 1 minute with the rage.
I'm probably close to the end of it then.
Probably, yeah. So probably after this one. So in total, that would be 12 piercing damage, which would go to 6 for you.
Alrighty.
And then that brings us to Arteris, the green dragon. He is going to multi-attack as well on Arstraz. Oh, misses with the bite. Ugh. Misses with his claws. Aristraz is kind of still in the lead here. That brings us to Shrock. It is your turn, and previously those 2 kobolds attacked you.
All right. And what we're saying is I'm still in the rage, but last round in it.
Probably, yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna attack with this stuff. So with Sylvanus right next to me,
You
I
get
get advantage. So for sure hit. And I'll just roll twice for sure hit again.
Messy.
And then let's roll some damage. 3 plus 5, so it's 8 damage.
Okay.
Is the one that I like bit? No, I had tried to intimidate one. I had killed one and then tried to.
Yeah.
So, with my 8, what if I go for the one that Sylvanus already courageously injured?
Okay. So you want to do the bite to that one and then to one of the ones that attacked you?
Sure.
Okay. So where do you bite? Because this is the finishing blow on the one that Sylvanus graciously lowered for you.
I'm going to try to grab as much of its face as possible again. I'm just
Perfect.
gonna tear at the face.
Perfect.
And then I will, with face still in my mouth, go and do another 8 damage to its friend.
Okay. Is that the one right in front of you or to the side?
Let's do the right in front of me.
Okay. And that was, you said 8?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. So Roland, it is your turn.
Well, when I look over to the dragons fighting, does it look like one of them is clearly winning, or?
Yes. Go ahead and make an insight check.
That is a hot 3.
All right. So,
Are they dragons?
They're dragons for sure. Like, definitely are dragons. You can deduce that they've both taken some substantial damage, but currently, Aristraz, which is the red dragon, is on top. So if that, he is like kind of winning this round, so to speak, at least.
With him being on top, can I get 2 clear shots on him?
It's possible.
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, can I get on top?
I could teleport on top of them right now, but I'm gonna take 2 Eldritch Blast shots at the red one.
Okay.
I like your can-do attitude.
They're both bad. One is a 14 and another is a 13.
Yeah, no, both of those miss.
Okay.
The dragons are just thrashing and struggling, and they just zoom right past them. Which brings us to the Yanti. They are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. right there. And they are going to try to aim at this kobold in front of Nola with their short bow. That hits. That is 4 damage. And then this one is going to shoot an arrow at this one, which is in view. And it hits, dealing 3 damage. And that brings us to Aristraz, which is the red dragon, and he is going to let's see. He's gonna use his tail to kind of smack Arteris in the face.
Oh, rude.
I know, right? And that hits. He is going to do 13 plus 8. I can math. 23 damage with his tail. Which brings us to Nola. The kobold in front of you has taken damage from an arrow as well.
Alright, well, I'm gonna kick him.
Okay.
Which, just another unarmed strike, but he's small, so I want to roundhouse kick him.
Perfect.
I forgot a second you were the monk, and I was just like, yeah, just kick it, sure.
Does a 13 hit?
It does actually, yeah.
Yeah, I kick him in the face. Okay.
Perfect.
D6 plus 4. 6 damage.
Awesome. That actually is enough. So
All right.
you kind of roundhouse kick him right in the face. You hear a little crunch of his nose, and he just back on his back, unconscious. Which brings us to Mercury.
No, I have multiple
Oh, that's
more.
right. You're so right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move up to the next one.
Okay.
I guess I can position myself in the square behind them.
Sure.
So I can hit both of
Is it too late for it to do a strength saving roll against being knocked prone?
I will say so just because.
That's fine. I'm
yeah.
just asking.
Yeah.
I'm
All
totally
right.
fine with that.
7. Oh, that's a crit. I guess on the one right in front
Not
of
needed.
the wolf.
Definitely not needed, but okay.
So I'm gonna roll 2d6 plus 4. So kick that one.
So you kick
Send it
this one.
flying.
You it's like you're at a football game and you're doing the kickoff. You kind of kick him and he just you didn't even mean to do it and he's just flying.
That's what I was going.
Oh, it is what you perfect.
That's
yeah.
definitely. I was. I'm just having fun with this at this point.
Yeah.
And then I get a bonus action on the third one.
Okay.
D20 plus 7. Yeah, that should hit.
Yep, that hits.
I'm gonna punch this one.
Okay.
6 plus 4. Not that it really matters. 10 damage.
Yep, and you take that one out as well. You you punch him and you see this tree over here?
Yeah.
You kind of punch him and he just up
Right.
against the tree and then collapses. Mercury.
Do I still have movement?
You did move to this spot. That was probably that was 20 of your movement.
I want to not be right at the entrance to the cave, so maybe
Okay, yeah, you could do that.
because I don't see in the dark and I won't see what's coming.
Okay, so Mercury, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm going to take a full dash to try to get where everybody else is, and as I pass Roland, Mercury's gonna look by and say, "Hey, bud, I don't like what you're trying to say." And then zoom.
So what is your speed normally, and then what is it doubled?
It is. Can I scroll? It's 30 normally. So.
Great. So you can get right next to Sylvanas there.
Perfect.
Okay. And Sylvanas, it is actually your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna go investigate the cave.
Okay. So, do you have dark vision?
I do.
Great. So, investigation check, please.
Do I have any? 11.
Okay. So, you
Do I
don't-
hear anything or see anything?
nothing of note.
Okay. I will cautiously proceed into the cave.
Okay. I will continue with that on your next turn. It is Arteris's turn. He is going to multi-attack on Arstras. That is a hit. That's another hit. So that is... We got... Oh, that's 15 damage. 15 plus 14. 29. Okay, so... He takes another claw and a bite. There's blood. This is really rough. Shrock, it is your turn.
All right. I'm not muted, am I? Sweet. Well, I'll do my one attack. No, there's nothing to attack. Let's go in the cave.
Okay.
Does my dark vision carry over when I'm the wolf?
It should, and I think that dire wolves have dark vision anyway. I'm pretty sure that you would
Go
be
with
able
it.
to. Great. So I'll get to the cave in a second.
Oh,
'cause
I didn't
I'll-
roll that. That was my dog.
Okay. Okay. I'll have to keep going between maps for this, but from what you can see, I mean, it's a cave, you know?
All right.
Perfect. Roland, it is your turn.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna do. No, I keep missing. I keep missing the dragon. I'm just gonna use, I guess, my dash action towards the cavern.
Okay. And you can go, if you go 60 feet, you'll be next to Shrock.
I'll get in there.
Okay.
Did anything good happen with the dragon fight?
Were you asking Roland or...
No, I'm just asking the group.
I make wolf noises.
Mark.
Don't know if I can see that far.
They have definitely each taken a hefty amount of damage.
Okay.
But
I've had a lot of coffee today.
if you're all going to go inside the cave, then I won't have to switch between maps. Let's see. So, it looks like the inside of the cave has been renovated. There's a decline as you enter. There's like 15 feet down of stairs, and then there's like a really nice looking staircase. Like the inside definitely does not match the opening. There's magma, there's hot coals, but there's no like life to be seen anywhere. There is, however, a very sketchy bridge that is missing a wood plank. Yeah. So, but from what you can see, just when you enter, is pools of magma and lava below and a very sketchy drawbridge that the dragon himself probably never has to worry about getting past.
Is the magma, does that give off some light, or should I light a torch?
The magma probably gives off enough light to where you won't have disadvantage on anything, but if you wanted to light a torch, then that would certainly help as well.
Nah, I'll keep my hands free.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll follow everyone in. I think I probably hung to the back, knowing that
I'll just put
wasn't
everybody on here. We got
I bare my teeth at the darkness.
sure.
Great.
Grr.
Ferociously.
He's so cute. What do you guys do? You can hear, like, up the stairs, the commotion of the two dragons fighting up above, but all you can hear at this moment is the, like, bubbling of the lava below.
Alright.
What is your policy on getting a short rest in? Is it like a hard hour, or is it just like
It's
a time period?
usually an hour. You could potentially, although the dragons were taking hefty amount of damage, and I feel like
They're not going to last an hour.
Yeah, I don't think they will last an hour. I
Okay,
think
no,
one
I
of
was-
them will be defeated first.
If you guys can buy me 10 minutes, I can deal out some pretty good heals.
And
I can do Beacon of Hope, which, let's see here, blah, 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 wisdoms, okay. And, okay, so each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing. So if I use the Beacon of Hope and my Prayer of Healing, which take
forever.
the Prayer of Healing takes 10 minutes, but up to 6 people can get back 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier, so that's guaranteed. Let's see here, 16 plus 6, so I can math. That would be a instant 22 points if I can get a full 10 minutes in for the cast.
I think you have 10 minutes.
Cool. I'm gonna go about my spells.
So
Okay.
how much healing?
Well, let me get you some numbers. Could cast Prayer of Healing as a 3rd level. How battered are all of us?
I'm missing.
A lot of you did pass your dex saves for the fire, so you were pretty lucky with that.
Yeah, and I didn't get hit by the fire, so I'm actually doing all right. I've got pretty low hit points, like max, but I've only got hit once, so I'm at 35.
I'm missing 23 hit points.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
only missing 10.
between my bonuses and whatnots, like everybody should be able to get back full health. Hannah, do you want me to actually math all of it out?
If that makes sense, then you guys can all be full again. That's fine.
16.
Oh my gosh.
And during this time, are we able to see what is on this pedestal with the sketchy drawbridge, as most sketchy drawbridges lead to something interesting?
You probably can. Well, actually, there is a lot of light. It's definitely not, the dragon's like entire horde, but there's a few shiny looking things over there.
Everybody would get back 25 health.
Oh, that's perfect. I think that Roland is probably just gonna go to the edge of the cavern and keep an eye
Okay.
on how the dragon fight is going.
Okay. So, you, Roland, see as it's a fair fight. They are pretty evenly matched. First, the Arteris is doing hefty damage, and then Aristras goes back, and it goes back and forth until Arteris is unable to block a blow that deals like a hefty amount of damage. And it looks to you like in a few minutes, Aristras, the red dragon that the party betrayed, may be victorious.
Ooh.
And is there anything I can do that may sway the outcome?
Not from where you are right now, but if you were to leave the cave to try to assist the green dragon, then perhaps.
I, as a wolf, make wolf noises and look at you and at the dragons.
Actually, yeah, I would probably run back in and be like, everyone, we need to go back out there if we want our green dragon friend to win. If we don't help, then we might end up fighting a dragon ourselves.
Yeah, I think the idea of being trapped in this cave when the dragon we betrayed wins, at the very least, is a bad idea.
So back into the fight we go?
Seems reasonable to me.
Yeah? What do you guys think? Mercury, I could see you thinking. What do you think?
I was gonna say, is there any like gems or like just scattered up front where we are? Is there any like gold
Not
pieces
towards
in
the
back?
front. The shiny stuff is on the pedestal past the bridge.
Okay. And it's a sketchy looking bridge.
Yeah, it does not look very safe.
How long is the bridge?
It's probably like 15 this isn't to scale. This is much smaller. I would say it's like 20 feet across.
I don't know what my jump is.
You would be jumping over hot magma?
True.
But-
True.
You know, who am I to say no to something?
I'm gonna go on the bridge.
Okay. What's your dexterity like?
Well, I have a +6 for acrobatics.
Okay.
I'd like to acrobatic my way across the bridge.
Okay. How much do you weigh? How much does your character weigh?
I think like 110.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, as you step on it, it kind of like rocks a little bit. Like, you know, in Shrek, when the yeah, that's kind of what it's doing. So, lucky for you, your acrobatics will probably help, but it is moving and will make it pretty difficult to get across.
Okay, I'm gonna cast resistance on myself.
Okay. And that lets you add
or to a saving throw of my choice.
Okay, cool. So, as you're walking, it continues to glide. There is, however, a missing wood plank in the middle here. So how are you going to solve that issue?
I mean, I can't exactly like barter with it. That would be.
Charm person.
Persuasion check.
The gap is a little too big for you to just like step with like it would be one of those where your legs are a little too wide, you know?
Hmm. Um.
Was there a specific thing you were going for, or are you just going to check it out?
I just want to get across. I don't really want to be near anybody, and I'd kind of like to get my looting on.
I was gonna say, would it be possible for me to pick you up and just throw you over?
Don't like that idea. I don't like that at all.
I mean, you can certainly try.
While
Sounds like a
they're
good idea.
while they're trying to kind of get over, I'm probably like trying to reason with everybody, being like, whatever you're going to find over there is going to be useless to you when you're dead. If that red dragon wins that fight.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if you think if you think he's losing out there, first of all, being caught in here after we betrayed him, not a great idea. Second of all, being caught looting in here after we betray him.
I go sit at the mouth of the cave and whine.
Yeah, yeah.
So counterpoint, I don't know what the hell you expect me to do about the angry dragon situation, and I could try to wait for him to eat all of you, grow slumberous, and then I can get the hell out of here after he's, digesting all of you in a Thanksgiving feast post nap. So, good luck, you. And
So I know you said that like his hoard is more towards where the pedestal and everything.
Yeah.
There's not like a stray coin or jewel just up front.
The stray coins are this dragon is very neat.
Dang it.
He's very like his ego is like the size of Manhattan. And so he keeps a very clean living space. So unfortunately there are no stragglers.
Okay, Mercury's going to take it as, at this point in time, a lost cause and not worthy, and she's going to head toward leaving.
Okay. Sylvanas, seeing the rest of the party leave, are you going to continue on your attempts to cross the bridge or go with them?
That's my cat, by the way.
He just makes that noise at us.
Sounds like he's trying to convince you to do one of the things. It's just which one it is, I'm not sure.
Is that cat one of the viewers?
Oh, now he's chatty. Would it be possible for me to, like, acrobatically get down kind of like a monkey and crawl along the rope part of the missing bridge?
Let me think about that for a second.
Okay.
What size are you again?
Medium.
As a dungeon master, yes. As a human, it's a very crickety bridge, and it might cause it to do the snap hanging on one edge now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that you have pretty good insight, like, as a modifier, so it'd be fair to say that you would notice that.
I guess I could go.
For a second,
I'll go die with everyone else then. God.
Okay.
I thought you weren't going to say one snap and it go on just like the one. I thought you were going to say it's like the amusement park basketball things.
Well,
where
I mean, yeah, but like...
That's what I was thinking. Totally winnable.
So, as you exit the cave...
I'm sorry, one more question, Hannah.
Yes,
Is there
yes.
any amount of things I could do with rope in order to try to...
Potentially. I mean, do you have any, like, hooks?
Sure.
Oof, all the homies died.
Yeah, they are, when you go back out, they are no longer there.
Mm,
It would take a little bit of time to fasten the hooks to the rope and then throw the rope successfully to the pedestal.
mm.
Time that I'm not sure you may have.
Joe, can you wild shape into anything that flies?
Oh, my dude's out out in the front of the cave now.
I make whining noises and head to the dragon.
Mm. No, just
You
like out
gotta
of
cut your losses.
I could later on if I have an extra wild shape, which I may end up having an extra wild shape because I'm so healthy as the wolf right now.
not that like they only can do that. Yeah, that sucks.
I get 2 wild shapes. I'm on my first. So if we kill the dragon before I use the second, sure, treasure eagle.
Now, here's a thought. We could try to cut down one of these trees and just like
Oh, jeez. He is
What
so focused on the pedestal.
I think we should leave.
And uses a battering ram on the dragon. Yes.
That's a barbarian.
Bananas.
That is a barbarian.
Wait, who said that? The wolf was kind of like, I didn't say anything. I'm a wolf. So are you guys going to go back to help the green dragon, or are you going to try?
I take a dash action towards the dragons.
Okay.
I thought they were gone.
They're
The
out.
Yanti are gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is your speed again, Truck?
I will take a normal movement.
Okay. Which
It's 50.
50. So
So yeah, if I dash, I can't attack. Then I'm just right there. So
Yeah.
that would make no sense.
Yeah.
so you can get to here.
I'm gonna go ahead and run after him.
Okay.
I don't know if we're in any particular torn roadway anymore, but
You're kind of passively observing as these dragons beat each other up.
yeah.
Mercury.
I would
Can
take
I-
a full dash.
Okay. Which
Well-
is
Yeah, I will.
Can I be
to, like,
stealthy
be-
about my going?
You can certainly try. I mean, I will say that the dragons are very focused on each other, so you may you'd have advantage on that roll. So I'm not even gonna have you roll because you certainly
Sounds good.
they're not paying attention to you. Roland.
I'm gonna move up just enough that I can get like that clear line of sight so that I can just start blasting.
How does that look like?
Like
Yeah,
boom,
that's
boom,
fine
boom.
if I can still see straight to him.
You should
Are
be
we
able to.
in initiative right now?
So, we'll go back into initiative if you guys are going to continue to help the green dragons. I've kind of been flipping coins while you guys are deciding what to do about the treasure to see who's winning the dragon fight. So we can go back to initiative, which would, but I'll have us all move first. So, Sylvanus, are you gonna dash or just use a regular movement?
Well, quick important question. Who here has seen the She-Ra Princesses of Power series? Okay,
Right.
I just groaned like, ah! And I will dash along, let's see here. I only have like the 60 movement feet. I think I can get there, right?
Yeah, you can get here, actually.
Okay.
Great. And so, we'll be back in initiative with Shrock.
All right. Let's Ooh,
Nice.
17
So,
plus 5.
you're gonna move up, and you're gonna try
I'm
to...
gonna bite that foot again.
Okay.
Nah, I'm gonna bite a different foot.
Okay, you're gonna bite a
The
different
other foot.
Diversify feet.
Ankle biter.
Yeah. All right. And
Julio.
damage, that's a good 11 plus only 3 because I'm not in a rage, so I lost the 2 damage. So
Okay.
14 damage.
Nice. Okay. So the green dragon not doing well, but neither is the red. It's kind of an even fight right now. But the green dragon has taken more damage visibly than the red. So Roland, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna just take 2 more shots at the. It's super exciting, I know, but I'm just gonna keep spamming Eldritch Blast at the red dragon.
Okay.
Man, try to be more original with your attacks like me.
I rolled 2 17s plus 7, so it's 2 24s.
Nice. Yes, good.
That is 18 force damage.
Okay.
And that'll be me.
It is now the red dragon's turn. He is going to attack the green dragon yet again. It's good. Dramatically, just as you blast him, he deals a final, on the green dragon's neck, and he is dead. He shakes off his blood, and he turns to the party, and he says, "What do you have to say for yourselves?"
Can I scream up? What I have to say for ourselves is you're welcome. Look what you've done. You have just displayed your power for Tiamat themselves. Not only did you look like a decent suitor beforehand, but what do you think that'll be like now?
Make a persuasion check.
Cool.
Can I give a help action as a wolf?
I don't know.
I can I give it help because I was also going to say something along.
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah. So now you didn't have to initiate the fight. He attacked you, and you were merely defending yourself. And now you've gotten what you want. He's dead.
And then I'm gonna add on top of that real quick. Mercury's gonna go, and you've proved yourself worthy of protecting hordes.
Can I add in as a cleric of Tiamat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now you've proven to the Dragon Queen that not only are you the most alluring and
that wasn't a good persuasion check.
of suitors, but that you can deviously employ Koreans like us to draw your enemy out to you out of their fortified lair.
Roland, what did you get?
Did I get the help action or no?
I'll give you the help action.
Okay, because the first one was
maybe.
The first one was a 3, so I mean I have a big plus. But the second one is a 5. So I add 7 is 12, and I have a warlock ability that it's called Dark One's Luck, where I can add a D10 to a skill check or saving throw.
Okay.
So I'm going to add that D10.
Oh my god.
And that's an 8. So that's a dirty 20 overall.
Okay.
Very dirty 20.
I had him do a charisma saving throw. And he got a 28. So he lets you finish. And he kind of chuckles.
Wait, can I cast Charm Person?
No,
it's not a person. We've been over this.
He kind of chuckled. It's like one of those. Have you ever something so unbelievably awful happens that you're just like, is this real? You know, like that kind of chuckle. And he's just like, you think I'm still gonna let you live? Oh, please. Yeah.
So
I guess we're killing.
I know that you said that our green dragon friend is quite dead, right?
Yes.
So he's beyond the point of me using my channel divinity to restore him 35 hit points.
I mean, he has taken a lot of damage, and he used his special ability to where when you reach 0, you can actually go to 1 instead, and then got like 30 more damage on top of that. So ordinarily, I would say yes, but he like has taken a lot of damage.
So he's not even in death saving throws. He's just
Yeah.
Alright, well.
And he continues to talk, and he says, "Oh, please. It was too easy. For there to be betrayal, there had to be trust first. And if you trusted me, well, that was your first mistake." And you see him open his mouth, you see the fire in his throat, and that's where we're gonna end.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
to kill the dragon.
I get to use my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I've successfully killed a dragon.
How much health does it have left?
It had probably, I was kind of flipping coins and just averaging about how much damage they did each turn, and so he had like 40 hit points left.
Oh,
yeah, we could have killed him.
Murked that dragon.
For sure.
I murked that dragon.
I could have taken that dragon.
I have
You
actually
could have taken it in wolf form.
desperate gambit. If I can make it to the dead green dragon, I can cast Revivify on it and return it to 1 hit point.
If we hadn't already taken so much time on the first part of the adventure, I would totally want to dive into that. But
It is pretty late.
It is pretty late. But we can fill in the imagination with that as well. I mean, did you all die? Did you revivify the green dragon? Did you kill the red dragon and then get to the
Tune
horde?
in next
I
week
don't
to find
know,
out.
Right? Let's see.
I would say we did, because I still have Death Ward cast on myself, so whatever the red dragon does to me anyway, I'm down to 1 hit point, and I can smack the green dragon back to life.
Right.
I think we could have taken him.
I think we very easily, many of us individually.
One thing about D&D is that I always manage to come up with something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the dice fail me,
Mm-hmm.
and I come just like I could make the literal best plan, right? The second I have to roll the dice, it's just like that. Because I have
But
plus
that's what's
7.
so fun about it.
I have plus 7 persuasion, and I was holding on to that dark one's luck. If I would have rolled like a 15, that's 30.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm going to say goodbye to our stream chat that have been with us this whole time. Thank you guys for tuning in. It was so much fun. I'm gonna go ahead and put stream ending.